Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese episode 281. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Zellner.
Happy New Year.
Marc Augustiniak.
What's up?
Free Cheese is the weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Starting to say that a little more legibly here in 2019. What do you say?
1-9.
1-9.
Metal Gear, all the events have officially happened it's in the past. We have outlived Metal Gear.
Yeah.
It didn't survive.
There was something I was just watching that is this year. Akira is this year.
Hey, I got that for Christmas.
Word?
Blu-ray. Yeah.
Blu-ray? It's probably pretty. How you guys doing in this here new year?
Good.
Yeah?
Old me.
Yeah. You look dapper as hell, though.
Thanks.
I like that tie.
Yeah, it's
I like the whole ensemble to one-up Matt. 2019 is the year of one-up Matt. I like the shirt and the tie, and I like how they go together.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I had for my work, I helped my brother out at a wedding convention because we deal in the glassware decorating industry.
Mm-hmm.
So we're starting to more be aggressive with getting those wedding customers. Start branching out.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, just helping them out. People go by, just hey, what's going on? We just tell them what's up.
Yeah, I like that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't do any filming though, but that's for the future.
Yeah. But you had to get all handsome style.
Yeah, I figured it'd be. I thought I overdressed at first because my brother only had like jeans and a polo and Vans, and I was like, oh shit, did I overdo it? And then when I went there, everybody was like, he was underdressed because his dress clothes were dirty, so that's all he had.
Yeah,
so if anything, he underdressed.
Yeah.
So I fit right in.
Yeah, that's good. Very good. You look great too, Matt.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
My Ravens hoodie.
Yeah.
Hey, by the time this goes up, the Ravens may or may not be in the playoffs still. But it's exciting that we got there.
Damn straight. Yeah. Did you have a good day? Today?
What day?
Today?
What day? Don't make me say it already.
I'm not. We're not.
Year.
No, 2019 is the year of not saying that goddamn stupid thing.
No, we're gonna say it.
What
at some
stupid
point.
thing?
Nothing.
The rapper?
Yes, the rapper.
No, that's gonna be in August and July.
Yeah.
China #1.
China right now. It sucks. I was gonna go to TI with you this year,
I was ready, man.
and then they fucking moved it to China.
Guess we gotta get our
Yeah.
passports. I brought in a New Year puking, so that's fun.
That's great. That's real good.
Man, that almost could have been me the other day. I had old fashions, and I usually don't drink them.
Mm-hmm.
It was my friend's birthday, so we decided to fake gamble in scripted horse races that we've never seen before that are wacky as shit from Japan.
It's real good.
Really
you sent me
good.
some video.
Yeah, but like, never had an old fashioned. I don't usually do bourbon or whiskey, but I felt like if I had any more than I did, I would have been in your position.
Mm.
Yeah. But I'm here now, not sick.
It's true.
Doing
It
good.
feels way later in January than it actually is.
It does.
Like, it's still the first fucking week, but it... Speaking of the first fucking week, that is good sauce, because that means this episode is the episode where we make annual predictions. And we'll do that later on, after the break. We'll recap last year's and talk about what we know is coming this year. Saw John Stamos.
Say what?
I
IRL?
saw John. Nah, I mean sort of IRL. Like I was in real life. He was on TV. Does that count?
Sure.
All right.
Did you
Then I
watch
saw-
Fuller House?
No, I'm not a dumbass. No, there was some show Katie put on called You on Netflix. It's about a guy who starts stalking a girl and then tricks her into being his girlfriend, and then you watch it the whole time and you're like, man, I hope they stay together, and you forget that this guy was stalking her from the beginning and he's a creep. But John Stamos shows up in one episode, several, and you're like, huh.
That's not what maybe I was thinking of a movie where like it kind of looks like it comes off as that, but it turns out that's what the girl wanted because she's secretly a killer, and that's how she gets her victims.
Isn't that Audition?
That
No, there is some. Yeah, but there was another one. It was more recent.
you're thinking of the
At least I think it was more
compilation, horror compilation, Holidays, the New Year's Eve skit where that guy...
I know, yeah,
Yeah.
but there was. I thought I saw a synopsis recently. Like it was kind of similar to that ScarJo movie.
Under the Skin?
Maybe I'm just thinking of Under the Skin. Now I think about it. I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of that, I guess.
Yeah,
Not many have John Stamos though.
that's true.
This one though.
Is he
Got
good?
that. Is he good? He's John Stamos.
I meant like, is he still like singing, doing music bits?
No, he was just a therapist who smoked pot.
Okay, but he still looks like he's from the '80s and hasn't aged.
Yeah, he looked like our friend Bo.
Really?
Yeah, like I kept looking at him, I was like, Bo? Like I wanted to text Bo and be like, are you John Stamos?
Are you acting now?
Yeah. What happened? No nose ring, but otherwise
Facial
very
hair?
much. Yeah, he had like a short Bo style beard, a Bo style haircut, Bo style horn rimmed tortoiseshell glasses.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think I've
know.
ever seen Stamos with a beard.
Watch this show. It was a decent show. Like I sat there and paid attention to it. It was produced by the same people that produced The Flash, so it felt very much like The Flash, except they could say shit. It was on Netflix, but they wouldn't show boobs. It was on Netflix. It was pushing all that. No, they showed sex. No nipple.
Hard pass.
That's 2019. Sex, but no nipple. I tell you what.
Like, no nipple or no nipples.
Doesn't
Like
matter.
just
Doesn't
individual nip. Just one nip.
Doesn't look.
glad that's the
Matt's
year.
already done.
Great.
I'll tell you what. I'm already sweating.
Just put on a sweater.
I know. I came down.
You put it on.
Here's what happened.
How long have you recorded? 7 minutes. You put it on 8 minutes ago.
I know. We came down here, and you said, "I'm gonna get my hoodie."
Yeah.
And you put your hoodie on because you were cold, and I was like, "Yeah, maybe I'm cold too." And I grabbed my sweatshirt and I put it on.
Look,
Not cold.
Look, I'm just trying to set trends. All right.
you tell me somebody who doesn't get hot and sweaty when they talk about John Stamos or even think about him. We know what's going on.
Uncle Joey, Dave Coulier.
You better cut it out.
What's Dave Coulier up to?
The Free Cheese Podcast has not changed at all in the year 2019. As
No.
you can see,
It hasn't.
things are completely normal.
You think he gets royalties from that song?
That's how he's living.
You want to know? Oh, you think Dave Coulier gets Willie?
You think he might?
No.
You think he went to court about it?
Ooh, I don't know.
You think he went to courtier?
Fuck. I don't.
That's all
I think
got.
he probably.
I think I'm done talking the rest of the episode.
I wonder-
can't compete.
I wonder how long it was before
I've
he
been one-upped
realized
again.
that song was about him.
Like, it's like, oh, it probably waited until you played Rock Band where it tells you the fact about it. Like on the loading screen. He was like, oh, I get to play one of my favorite songs.
He's home one day reading through the Wikipedia article for that page.
I'm just gonna
about me?
say, in the new age of suing Fortnite, he might have a case.
Yeah.
Is he going to sue Fortnite because Alanis Morissette
Sure,
wrote a song
yeah,
about?
why
All right,
not?
Yeah, sure. Dave Coulier sues Fortnite. That's,
Can't sue Rock Band. That franchise is dead. So just sue Fortnite.
go all the way, man. Did you guys play any video games this week?
That's for nerds, man.
Word.
End the show
nerd.
now.
All right.
All right. Well, 2019's been cool, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, what up, nerd? Mark, what'd you play?
I played a lot of
What a nerd!
Jack and Daxter.
You're not a nerd. That's a good game,
And
Mark.
the Precursor Legacy.
It's a good game.
So last year you played The Last of Us.
Uh-huh.
Last week
very-
you played Uncharted. Now you're playing Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
Next week you're playing Crash?
Probably not.
All right.
I mean, I played a bit of that Insane Trilogy when it came out. Just enough to be like, okay, it's not my thing.
So Jack and Daxter, what brought this about?
That's a series I've always wanted to play. Like the whole series, even the ones no one cares about, like the racing and the PSP one that isn't even by Naughty Dog.
Yeah, just Daxter.
No, well that, but also there's like a airplane one that's like it went to PSP, then it later got a PS2 release on like the end cycle of PS2's life.
Okay.
But yeah, I forgot who did that
You
one.
talking about Jack X?
No, it's
Because that's
after.
the race. Okay.
It's after that. It's like their
Right.
very last game.
All right. Then I'll remember that. Because I thought you were talking about that. I was like, no, Naughty Dog definitely did that kart racer. Because
No,
waiting for an Uncharted
This was
one.
this was like around Uncharted 2 or 3 when this game came out.
Oh,
wow.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, Naughty Dog moved on at this point.
well, yeah, in good ways.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a PS2 like classic or whatever. Got off of the PSN store, so playing on PS4. Trying to give that a little more love. And
What attracted you to it? Was it the characters? Was it the
I don't know. Like, I guess I always liked that. Like, so growing up, my friend had that game, and I always watched him play it. And I just thought it was just cool to watch. It was around a time when like GTA 3, PS2 was live.
Yeah.
It was fresh.
It was real.
Had some games. This was one that like everybody had. I feel like, especially everyone who left the Crash community and moved on to the Jack. I feel like that was the next thing to go. Like,
yeah.
It's cool seeing Naughty Dog's cycle of like how they wanted to do more and more. You
Yeah.
know, like you could see where it's like just through like a design aspect of just, all right, you have like anthropomorphic thing, then like that kind of evolved into Daxter, but then you still have like a more human-esque part, and then that evolves, and like now we have Uncharted and Last of Us.
It just keeps going.
Yeah, it's like so bright and colorful and comical to more realistic and it's dark.
And they're going to end up doing Death Stranding, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so as I was playing, I'm like 91% through
Well
this.
done.
Yeah.
Is this your first time playing it, period?
So I've sampled it here and there throughout the past, but I never got like more than 20 minutes in.
Because I've never even thought about 100% that game.
It's
in
really
my
easy.
First playthrough.
It is really easy.
Yes.
Like the collecting is not as bad as I thought.
No.
Some things about it haven't aged well. The sound is atrocious.
Oh wow.
It is super compressed, and I've had it cut out and slow down. I've had frame rate slow down a lot. I didn't think that was gonna happen.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. So that's the part I didn't really care too much for. I've realized that the camera is not your friend in this game. Probably your biggest enemy.
Those early days of 3D platformers
Where
were
it's like
rough.
And but some parts are like somewhat linear, so the camera has a scripted way of going, and you can't rotate it.
Yeah.
And you have to work with that
Because you don't have control over it, right? Like you don't have right stick control.
You do,
But it's
but
pivot.
not
It's like,
always.
Right.
If there's parts where you got to be on a vehicle, that's another thing.
Yeah,
the
they
vehicles are
were-
rough.
The
Yeah,
controls in
vehicles
this
are rough.
game took some learning.
Yeah.
Like for the most part,
Some unlearning.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like I've adapted, but so it works when it wants to, and sometimes, and like mostly though, it doesn't work the way I hope it would.
Yeah.
Like platforming, like timing the double jump sucks. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I don't know, man. I remember this game being crisper than that.
Maybe it runs better on PS3 in that collection, but this wasn't part of that like pack. This was just a separate standalone thing. So I don't know. Like I don't know if things are different between that.
So I could be completely wrong, and it's been a while since I played on PS2,
It's-
but I remember that game being a little bit crisper than what you're saying.
I mean, like it runs 60 frames. You know, like it is nice for the most part, but there have been times where I got frustrated because it's just how the jumping just didn't work just right. I missed the ledge just by like a pixel, and I got fucked.
I don't remember enough. I remember playing that game in like a weekend because I
Yeah.
bought that trilogy and the Sly trilogy and the Ratchet. I bought all.
You bought 9 games, and
And
Yeah, it's just not as fluid, but I also forgive it because I mean, here I am this far into it and
91%.
completing it.
Yeah.
I'm still like, I'm realizing that I'm still invested into this game. Like a lot of the stuff, like, yeah, whatever, I'm used to it. I'm just playing by that world's rules. I'm just adapting to it, which is, it's fine. It's not the first game to do it. There's been way worse games. Like, I know, like, it sounds like I'm really like being harsh on it maybe, but I'm just saying that it just, in today's age where we are more spoiled with more fluid controls, this
it
to
stands
me
out.
hasn't aged that well, but it's still playable.
Yeah.
Like I'm still
I mean, you're
enjoying it.
91% complete.
Yeah, and so I want to see this through, and then move on to the second one. Then I want to compare to see how things have evolved.
Yeah,
I like doing that. I like doing the cross reference.
I played
Yeah,
a
I
good
agree.
bit of the second one. Never completed it though.
Same.
I don't think I ever touched Jack 3.
I think I
Same.
played Jack 2 first before Jack because I watched my friend play 1 so much. I was like, I don't need to play
Jack 2 it plays a little bit differently.
Oh yeah,
It plays more like Ratchet and Clank in a weird way.
like pseudo.
I'm curious to see what you think when
Yeah,
you
like
get
pseudo
there.
GTA
Yeah.
type stuff. But yeah, I haven't touched anything beyond that though, so I'm curious to see. Kind of excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying that. I miss playing some platformers, so maybe eventually I will give Crash another chance and see how I feel about all that.
You should play, if you're gonna play Crash, you should play that remake on PS4. That's probably the one to
Yeah, I
go
feel like
back
going
to.
back to those now is hard.
Especially that first one on PS2 where the dynamic between Clank and Ratchet. And I've said this on the air plenty of
wait.
times.
He said Crash.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why?
But
am
you're
I-
right.
I mean,
right.
well, that too.
Yeah.
And
I don't know
I'm not
why-
going to leave that out because I thought about
Oh, the
that as
classic
well.
characters. Sorry.
No, you're right though. You're right.
No, because like when that remake came out, I was interested in buying it, but all I did was watch the movie instead.
Yeah.
And then I realized they both share the same scenes.
Yeah.
It's like, that's cool. It's not bad.
Crash is good too.
Yeah.
Crash 1 rough around the edges a little bit.
That's what I
definitely
hear.
difficulty wise, but
Here, like 2
2
or
and
3 is
3.
the more preferred.
3 is my favorite. But yeah,
It's funny because I don't think Naughty Dog did Twin Sanity, but I want to play that one. Where like you have to be Cortex and Crash.
Twin
and, like,
Sanity
yeah.
was like I say the
Vicarious.
first one by Activision, which I guess would be Vicarious
Yeah,
Vision.
because he was a little more his designs were updated a little bit.
Was the last one? No, they didn't do Wrath of Cortex either. Activision did that one. So Wrath of Cortex, I think, was the first Activision one, and then I think it was Twin Sanity. I
Okay.
might be very wrong though.
Yeah, that was cool. It was nice to jump into some more platformy type stuff.
I just remember how good that game looked like back then. Like just the
Oh,
physics,
yeah.
the animation and stuff like that. It was very appealing to me, and the way they
Dude,
did the
like,
colors.
Dude, like the puppetry of the characters are so well done, so well animated. Like I love the exaggeration of everyone. Like the eyes, the lip sync, like all of it. It is pretty. Like there's so much life put into those models when they're talking. Like they do like little head bobs, little hand gestures. I was like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
For PS2.
Traveler's Tales was the developer behind Wrath of Cortex, Twin Sanity, etc.
Okay.
They are now notably known as the Lego people.
Right.
Oh, well. At least they're making money though.
Yeah, true.
When you're done with that, I'm gonna refer you to a speed run by Bonesaw.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I thought of that when I was playing. I was like, wait a minute, I remember this level. Yep. And then I just had Owen Wilson going through my head the whole time.
Wow. Oh wow.
It's like
Bring him back.
It's
2019. Bring him back.
I know.
It's like he was human. Then he
I mean,
became
he's still
an
around,
oxel.
but bring him back to GDQ.
When is AGDQ? Isn't it like right now?
It's usually like 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, because it's usually right around my birthday.
It's right now. It's happening.
Oh, is it really?
It's happening. And I'm fucking mad because it's here. Like it's in fucking Rockville, I think.
Oh, is it really?
It's here.
Oh,
like
shit.
normally, it's in Rockville. They never do it anywhere near here, so I've never thought to go. And then this year, I was like, maybe I'll go. Like maybe I'll just
is it Rockville?
go.
Why not?
No, before even Rockville,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. Maybe
Oh.
maybe I'll go. And I looked it up, and it was in fucking Rockville, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll go. And I signed up, and it was like, yo, you dumbass, you missed out. And I was like, damn.
It's all right. More
understand.
reason to go to China. August.
It's true. Yeah. I'm still trying to convince Katie's friend to move her wedding so I can do the wedding and be in Dallas at the same time as QuakeCon, but I don't know if that'll. I don't know if she'll
Well,
move
that
it or
doesn't
not.
work out. In August, we go to China.
Fly to China. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to go to Evo.
I would do Evo. Evo's in Vegas. I would do Evo in a heartbeat.
Maybe we go to Evo. The free cheese takes Vegas. Never been to Vegas.
Oh, I love Vegas. Vegas, Matt is a gambler.
Do they have Castlevania pachinko machines?
And I never saw anything.
Can you confirm?
No, but they do have a 24/7 Taco Bell. It's 2 floors, and you can get married in it.
Okay, sold. That's right. Dan Riker got married there. He's the first one to get married there. Fucking, of course.
Yeah, Matt's a gambler. He will only gamble in the state of Nevada, though, to make sure he doesn't become a gambling addict.
Smart. I don't like gambling. There's a good thrill when you win, but I don't
Well,
like the games of gambling.
If you did the horse racing that I did,
Now that's
you'll
something.
you'll like that gambling.
You want to talk about that on here at all?
I mean, just look up Japan World Cup.
Okay.
There you go. Just wacky CG animated horse races that look like you'd see in like a convenience store or gas station.
Yeah.
And then it's just the wackiest shit that you just would not expect. It's great.
But you made
I made fake money. They're called horse bucks. And I pretty much
they
made it
are.
like Monopoly money. That's how I handed them out and everything.
BUX. In case you were wondering.
Yeah, HORSBUX.
Yeah.
Comic Sans.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little stupid drawn horse on it, and
Those
then
are- they're
we
really
just
good.
had a paper out with numbers because it was like 8 horses,
Yeah.
and then you just as before the race starts, just put your money down on which whatever. It's a good time. There's 3 volumes of it, so
Yeah, he sent it to me and said Friday Night Pizza Party sometime, and I said, yeah, I think that would make
Yeah.
sense. And now with the betting, you've upped the ante.
the only problem is that it's scripted, so you like
But
But
if you don't know
watch it
the
once.
video, though, if you
Yeah.
don't know the video, yeah, you're fine. I mean, that's how some horse racing places, like betting places, do. They show these old ass
Yeah. I just don't know if I can participate
races that
multiple
are
times
random.
because I might know what certain ones win.
Well, that's why we play with
But-
like Patty's dollars.
But I
you know,
also
fake
can't. But I
currency.
also can't remember the specific order of them. But eventually, as you watch, you can deduce which ones.
Well, you
haven't
said there's
won
3
or-
volumes. How many races in each volume?
I never really paid attention to how many races, but the first one is like almost 20 minutes. The other two are like about 30 minutes.
Oh, so it's only 3 period.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought there were a lot of.
I mean, there are a lot of races within each one,
okay,
because these were DVDs back in early 2000s, and you can
Got
only
it.
get them in Japan.
Got it.
they're
Well, you can
region
only
locked.
get them in Japan.
Or
Buy
you
them
go on YouTube
put
and
'em in
find a
your fucking
Japanese
gas
YouTube
station.
channel that is uploaded them, like I did.
I bet we could find a YouTube channel that has other shit like this.
So I did find other stuff,
Thank you, Mark.
but you can't really. It's not as exciting.
Ugh.
Like we watched the first part.
Or do we do this? Did we
it-
start with that, build up the excitement, and go? No, never mind.
No,
All right.
no. It's ski jumping pairs.
Huh?
So it's like it's 2 people on skis jumping off a ramp and doing a trick.
Uh-huh.
And not all of them are that exciting. It's kind of drawn out. But there's 4 parts, all 20 minutes each. It feels long and drawn out. Like after, like we got spoiled with the horses. I'll say that.
Horses are good.
Yeah.
We could find something to bet on.
Royal Rumble winners from 2000 to 2018.
You know them all.
You know, I just enjoy the excitement.
As you walk off with all of our horse bucks, no thank you.
No, I wouldn't bet. I would take in. I would start laughing when someone said a dumb bet.
Stone Cold wins them all, obviously.
He doesn't.
In spirit.
He won back to back to 97, 98.
Told you. All of them.
I think he won 3 times. I don't remember the other time.
Told you. 3 times 6. That's 18. 2000 to 18. Done.
Hard math.
Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Maybe. Stay tuned. What else did you play this week?
I played a phone game.
Fortnite? Bringing in the new year good?
It is a port.
Ooh,
But it is
Smash?
also I'm not surprised it's not on there yet. It's an HD I don't know if I can call it a remake. There is new script in it. Professor Layton and the Curious Village.
Oh, word.
There's a mobile version.
Is that the one where you download it for free, but you have to buy the episodes inside of it?
Nope.
No, okay.
This is a full ass game for $10.
Cool.
And I had a App Store gift card from Christmas, so
Oh, nice.
for $10.
Nice.
And yeah, that is the game from the DS. It's the first one in the series. It's the only Professor Layton game that is on the App Store. The other ones that you mentioned are like the Layton brothers.
Right.
And then his daughter has another one.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Those are not as good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like also all the animated cutscenes are they're HD. They're beautiful. The art looks super nice. I don't have to play an old DS ROM anymore, whatever, because that's a series I always wanted to get into. And then I didn't play much of it, but I did appreciate it how like it worked for a phone because it a DS is 2 screens, so it has a thin border in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So like the tapping is very responsive. They added new dialogue in it.
Written or spoken or both?
Maybe both. More so written, because there's in the beginning it's like sort of tutorial type thing, but there's a guy that is saying that here's a new feature. I bet you didn't expect this to be on a phone game or whatever. Like they're self-aware.
Yeah.
That where they come from. So I was like,
That's always fun.
how do I classify this? But they added new features to it to make it more viable to play on a phone, especially for newcomers. So like that's pretty cool.
Nice.
I really do appreciate that. Because that was like one of the DS's like hot selling games. I remember that much.
Yeah, I remember when I first got a DS, that was one of the first ones I wanted to go buy, but I just didn't.
And then it got me thinking like, because they got a letter while driving and it was a map or whatever. But I was like, I remember handing the envelope. I was like, what if that was a fucking Smash invite? Flip it on the other side.
He would be a good Smash character.
Yeah. Him and Luke together.
Is Luke his brother?
It's like his little assistant. It's his,
okay.
what do you call it? To his Sherlock. What's the other guy's name? Holmes is Sherlock's last name. Who's the other guy? Watson. Yes.
Yeah, I'm really on my game.
You all right over there, Matt?
It's like it's like his Watson to his Sherlock. And that's pretty much it. It was more so Jack than anything, but Yeah, for anybody that is curious to try that out, I would recommend it. If you can't find a DS game, don't have a 2DS to play on or whatever.
Yeah, because I almost bought it, or I wanted to buy it when I first got my DS like a decade ago.
Yeah.
And by the time I went to go look for it, I think only like the second one was out, and I couldn't get a good copy of the first one without paying an arm and a leg.
Yeah. I think they should do more DS ports like this.
Yeah.
To phone.
They did a lot of them on Wii U.
Right.
Which I know Matt.
But that's not a good platform.
Well.
It's not a living platform at this point.
I know. Can I just say real quick before we get into predictions later, because I know this will come up, but I'll say it right now because you're bringing this up. Really disappointed with the Switch's Virtual Console, or lack thereof. Because now you're bringing up DS stuff.
Unless you're a Neo Geo fan, you're doing pretty okay.
But even that, like, yeah, it's pretty good. Even that stuff is like, doesn't feel, I don't know. Like, you remember when Wii U started to get Game Boy Advance games and DS games, and we were like, oh shit. We knew the Wii U was dead.
I was slightly disappointed with how they did the DS, though.
Agreed, but watching it all happen, it was like, this is a fucking mess, but they're building to something on the next platform. Whatever the next platform is going to be the be-all, end-all. Like, we could see it. It was all there.
They're probably like, hey, we can do DS games, but our screen ratio doesn't work with this unless we have it vertical. Shit, we don't have a peripheral to do this. Well, I guess we can't release it.
Yeah.
Okay. They threw it out. It's trash. Never coming. Ain't happening.
Could have been good. Could have been so good. Oh, well.
I tried.
Yeah.
That's true. Matt, what'd you try this week? Speaking of trying.
All right, so one thing I'm proud of, the other thing I'm not proud of.
Cool.
I'm going to start with the thing I'm not proud of. NHL 19.
I'm glad you started with that, because when you said you weren't proud, I was like, I hope that's NHL, because if there's something worse than NHL you played this week, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, so let me just start with the reason why I'm playing it. The Washington Capitals are starting like an esports branch, like with a little bit of partnership with Twitch, and they're hosting weekend tournaments throughout January into February, where if you finish in the top 2 one of those weekend tournaments, you are invited down to Verizon Center, which is where they play, and you play in the tournament to decide who the top 3 are for the Capitals to take on the top 3 of the Tampa Bay Lightning, because they're doing a similar thing down in Florida.
Nice.
And there's a prize pool at the end of it, and I've been inspired by Ben, who keeps going to fighting games even if he knows he's not going to win, just to why not try and keep playing. So I've never been bad at NHL, and actually I think I'm pretty decent at it. And so, yeah, I bought it. It was 50% off over the holidays. I got the extra 10% because I'm a Plus member. And I've been grinding away and playing and practicing and doing all that stuff.
I like the one thing you're doing you talked about the other night, where you're essentially using a donut for your character.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with warming up in baseball, before you go to bat, you usually put like a big weight or something on your bat and swing it around, so that way, like, you know, your muscles become accustomed to that weight, so then that way when you go up to the plate, your bat speed is a lot faster. I'm doing essentially the same thing. I created be a pro player who is extremely heavy and tall and slow, so that way I can play with him for a game, get used to his speed, and then go online with, like, you know, my actual faster team and feel like I'm going at the blaze and glory of light speed. And the other reason why I'm doing that though too is because my character's so slow, like I can't just beat a defender around the corner, so it makes me look at the entire ice almost at all times to see where like the AI likes to go. How they usually defend me in certain scenarios, that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of picking up on little AI tendencies because I'm forced to rely on my teammates so much.
You kind of have to prepare a little more. Like, you have to think like more steps ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
So instead of just going in a second, like going up or something, you have to do that like way earlier than you normally would, and expecting them to be there, or assuming rather.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've been waiting for this moment.
So yeah, so it's
I knew you'd be here.
It's just nice. It helps me predict the AI a little bit more, which, you know, when I'm playing this be a pro mode, I'm stuck to that character, so I have to rely on them, like I just said. And then in online versus, you toggle between your characters, you know, by hitting R2 and switching players and stuff like that. So
That is exactly fighting game mentality.
Yeah. So but right before I came on here today, I've hit a little losing streak. So I've also decided that I think I'm going to start Twitch streaming when I play, not to attract viewers, but so that way I can go back myself and look at the footage to see what I am doing wrong in these losses.
Getting real with this,
then you
man.
can do live shit talking with your viewers.
Oh,
Because
It's true.
especially if they start it.
that's true. Yeah.
You gonna mic up for this so we can hear the?
I'm not gonna
No,
mic up.
We don't-
No. It's mainly more for me because I don't feel like the share button captures everything I need to capture. So yeah.
Fair.
But look, there is something new in the game. This is the skating physics. That's cool. Great. Moving on, because that game is bad.
Is it still bad, like compared to last year?
It's a little bit better. The skating physics make it a little bit better. I feel more in control of my character than I have in past years, which I believe I said on air in this exact seat was a problem for me the last couple years.
Yeah.
So that helps, but it's still like the AI is just doing things that I don't want them to do, despite my strategy saying otherwise.
Yeah.
So that's
Same complaints.
it's tough, but whatever. January, February, I'm just going to kind of keep plugging away at this. And I think after that, it'll go away. And I got my NHL in my system. And also, I don't feel that bad this year. It's not like I spent $60 day one. I got it for $23, which makes me feel a lot better about this whole thing. And, I am having fun.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not totally doing this and hating myself the entire way. There are times where I hate myself for doing this. But, when things do work right and, I hate to say it, but when I'm winning, it is fun when things kind of fall into place and everything you've been planning to do.
Cool.
But more than that, the game I am proud of, and the game I'm glad I got back into because it came out at a kind of a weird time because of the game of the year, Artifact. That fucking Dota card game, man.
I just thought you never left it.
I didn't play it as much as I wanted to. I've been playing it now.
Okay.
Yeah, so over the holidays, they released that patch with the progression system, both in like the skill-based in each of the modes, and also like a leveling system on your profile. And that leveling system on your profile gets you rewards. Those rewards are those tickets to enter in to what they now call prize play, not expert play, where you can earn more packs or tickets, and you get packs of cards.
Wait, what?
Yeah, if you play, you get XP just by playing, but you get a lot of it for winning. There's a weekly bonus for winning 3 games in a week.
Okay.
And as you level up this profile, you now get a free ticket and a free pack every now and then.
How about a free hat?
Nah, nothing
Free
for Dota.
hat.
Not
Free
yet.
hat.
No Dota inclusion yet. Not yet. But yeah, so I've been playing a lot of that. It was nice to get a pack and not have to spend money on it. I made 8 cents off of it due to my duplicates.
Pretty good.
Profit.
So one of them went to King of Memes. He found a good home.
I love that you're still following the names of all these people.
Yep,
too.
I have every card I've sold. I have that email still in my inbox, so I know exactly what good home they found, at least with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoy the fact that they have that drafting mode for free. I can't say that enough. Because in Hearthstone, that was my favorite thing to do. I never had the money to build a good deck that would compete like that, but it was always nice knowing that I was always on like an even playing field, kind of, sort of. With the draft stuff, because I technically did have access to all the cards, even though who knows what they got in their draft and what I got. So I just really like that that's free. That's what I've been doing a lot. I've been drafting decks, trying to win, that 5-game run before I lose 2.
What's your record?
I've gotten to 3 before. But, I'm still also learning the cards. Like, I'm starting to learn, like, when I see your hero, all right, I have to play around that hero card that I know they have because they have the hero. So, because there's a lot of those hero cards that I just feel like I get fucked with. Like, Eclipse by Luna is one of them. There's a few others that I can't think of the name of, but I know the effects. It's just, they're just fucking lane killers. Like, you think you're about to win a lane and then is play that card with their 8 mana they have, and
That's no fun.
it is done. So, but yeah, man, Artifact's good.
Yeah.
I don't believe for a second that a game is dead by any means. I know there are a lot of people in Reset Era saying that game's dead. It is not. I have no problem queuing into a match in any of the modes that I've tried playing in.
Yeah.
And I think that game is also another 1 or 2 updates away. And I think this update brought a lot of people back. Like, it got me more invested to keep playing because I know I can get a pack or two
Yeah.
by just playing.
It's piqued my interest, but I think the thing that is still holding me back is the mobility of it. If I had it,
Yeah, that's fair. Like I think I said like it's fine. Just go to the computer. Like, but the other day it was nice. I was just in my living room on my laptop.
Yeah.
Just playing.
If I had a laptop, like if I had that, it would be a thing where instead of me grabbing my Switch or
if the app could act as a Steam Link,
it's supposed to.
is it?
Yeah.
So you could just play anything when you're tablet?
Not that. What
That's
was
what I like.
the Steam app? No, but Steam developed a Steam Link app and put it out for
did
iOS and Android
Oh.
right before publishing. While it was still in the test flight mode, Apple stopped it from hitting the App Store because it's got its own it's got its own thing built into it. So Apple said, hey, it's fine if you want to do that, but we get 30% because it's just standard. You put something in the App Store, Apple gets 30% of the in-app purchases, just like with everything. And Steam said, no, we don't want to do that. So then they're trying to figure out a different way to do that. My thought is that eventually they'll get there and they'll do what Comixology does, which if you download the Comixology app right now, you can't just open the app and buy a comic like you used to be able to, which was great. And it's been way too much money because I get to the end of an issue and I go, yeah, I'll buy the other one. And you just keep doing that. But what they did now instead was if you can browse the entire library of stuff from Comixology, all you can do through the app is add it to your wish list. You have to then go to Comixology.com and buy it right from there, which I could see Steam doing that, but it's just a lot of reworking on their
Steam
end.
kind of already does that with the actual Steam app.
It's an Amazon Video thing.
I said Netflix is about to pull their subscription in-app subscription thing as well. I believe. I think I read that somewhere for like the similar reason. So like this is like Steam's not the only company that is dealing with this.
It's any opportunity someone has to get that. I mean, it's 30%. So it's a good chunk. And it's right for Apple to want it, but it's also right for the other. I get it, but if that
doesn't sound convenient.
If I could fucking pair a controller to my iPad and play whatever's on my computer as in Steam Link fashion, bitch, you better believe buy everything on Steam. But right now, like, what's the fucking point? Unless I had a Steam Link, which I don't. Hey, Ben. Just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, that's what I've been doing, man.
Yeah, that update sounds good. That update sounds like some of the stuff that
this.
I wanted.
I will say this: when I'm up in my room, though, like I like being at the desk, like
Sitting,
just kind of like, all right, this is my gaming machine,
in the
and
zone.
instead of playing Dota or anything like that, I'm playing Artifact.
Have you been playing Dota in tandem with this at all?
No, I launched that Frostivus event thing just for like 15 minutes, just to see what was up. All the rewards wanted you to play that specific like horde mode thing they had going on. I didn't want to do that, and plus I had a feeling the servers for that game mode were dead, because that's usually what happens whenever they do a new mode. It's popular for like the first couple days, and then everyone falls off of it.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to even try to deal with that. But no, like if you go to Dota, it says like, hey, like they hound on the fact that like, hey, if you buy this game, you get a 1 month Dota Plus membership. So they are doing some cross promotion, at least on the Dota end of it.
I was also curious to see, not that the gameplay is anything similar at all,
No.
but how more immersion into Artifact could affect one way or the other your gameplay on that.
I'm curious, and we're going to China, so we're going to be well immersed
in
in it.
of
But
course.
I'm curious to see like the battle pass and the build to TI, what that looks like for Artifact.
Yeah, because I mean,
we know what it looks like for Dota, but
it's my understanding that game's meant to be out on mobile by May.
Great.
If I remember correct, like that was the original target, I believe. And if that's the case, it's right in line with when Battle Pass usually launches. So it would make sense to get the Dota Battle Pass, and I assume you unlock cards on the. I don't know, man. That's gonna be.
Or like what they should do is like, it's definitely the tickets. I don't know if you get a pack or so, but like definitely the tickets, and then like your player profile thing. Like they've started, like you can do an avatar now, and as you go through the levels, like you can do different little avatar icons. Like the first one you get is like level 4.
Not the little demon boy. You can't change him.
No, he's
Can
not
you put
yet.
a hat on him?
But he's actually been wearing a Santa hat lately.
All right.
But I can see the things they can start doing when that kind of update comes out. And that's where I keep saying, like, they're like 1 or 2 updates away from this game being like,
phew. I don't like leaks. I think it ruins the fun of the surprise. However, I'd love somebody to leak a fucking roadmap document for that game internally, like where they see it. Because that would be, I want to know where they see that game in a year, in 2 years, in 6 months, in whatever. That'd be thrilling.
How does it incorporate Half-Life 3 when that comes out?
That's a great question. Dear Gabe. Should we start a Dear Gabe segment each week?
No, I mean that was a letter. Like that pause. That's always like that's.
It was also his response.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Like, there's nothing to
It's a mutual agreement. There.
Everything. Yeah. Everything's been said.
Yeah. Speaking of Festivus events, I jumped into Halo 5 over the last few weeks. I haven't brought it up on the podcast because I didn't want to talk about it and then trick myself into stop playing. You know what I mean? You do that thing where you're like talking about it, just gets it out of your system so you don't have to keep going.
Yeah, I feel like that's. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So that Halo Infinite news that reaching service record level 152, you get a special thing. So I'm on that grind. I wanted to get there.
Could be worse.
So yeah, I've been. I'm like 35 or 36 as we speak, and I was like 24, I think, when I sat down to start it all. In been maybe like 10 days or something like that. On that grind. But anyway, they had a holiday event that I don't know if it's still running or not. It was this morning, but I don't know where that stands. It was called Holiday something spectacular, one thing or the other. It was a variety of game modes that would rotate, and you were given a random set of weapons each time. So it might be Slayer with only snipers. It might be Capture the Flag with only Covenant weapons. Or it might be Control with only Promethean weapons. But it would rotate, or it would just be like heavies, or like it was always different.
I was thinking like whenever you respawn, it's a different set of weapons.
You get a different loadout each time you respawn, but within that thing. But the overall match, I
like that.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Not much to say on that. I just I'm slowly creeping there. Halo 5 is really good.
Yeah, you're just doing that Call of Duty prestige grind.
Because I was itching for Call of Duty, and then I was like, I don't feel like playing. And I already deleted Call of Duty from my console because I needed more hard drive space. I'm buying a fucking external hard drive for everything in like 2 weeks.
Dude, I'm ready to hop into Call of Duty with someone again.
I was there, but I was like, fuck, I deleted it. I got Halo on my Xbox. I jumped into that, but I need a bigger hard drive on all my platforms. I'm going to get an external. I already looked into the best ones that'll write speed, and I got it. I just got to put the money aside. But yeah, I enjoy Halo 5 quite a bit. Last week I talked a lot about Moonlighter and Starlink. I put some more time into each of those, but really nothing different has happened.
Why are we still talking about Starlink?
Dude, it's really good.
Sorry, I know Ben and Mark yelled at you last week. I heard it.
It's really
now
good.
It's my turn.
It's good. It's not... I would say, without having played it, it's better than NHL. That's a bad comparison.
But yeah, because I went into NHL this year. One, I didn't buy it at launch, so that says something. And two, I go in knowing it's going to be a bad experience.
I'm saying that this is
mostly bad, not totally bad.
It's a good game. It's not bad. It's not like, wow.
It's like that. Is that old school THQ good?
It is that. Yeah, exactly. That's all it is. And I think that's what led me to not play as much of it this week, along with Moonlighter, which in the same vein, it's really good. But once you kind of get in that loop, the loop takes a while to get going anywhere else. And I think progressing into the next style of dungeon wasn't enough to give me something different. If that makes sense.
Like when I played a little bit of it.
Starlink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool to have like the Star Fox Incorporation. That did help me with the interest. But if I were to like, it's weird that it's all aircraft based,
See?
but it feels like a tank game.
Yeah.
If all this was tanks, I would, for some reason, feel a little more inclined to play it. I don't know why that is.
I wonder if it started as that.
I don't know, because it's just weird that you're a ship, but you got to be hovered on the ground the whole time to do most of the combat. Like you can't, like you can do air combat, but it's not like its main.
Yeah, and the camera
thing.
control gets a little weird.
So it just seems backwards.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely. It feels like you should have an on-foot section or a tank or something like that.
I wonder if they were going for tanks, and then a toy thing came up, and they realized they can't sell tanks to children.
Yeah, I mean that very well could have been it.
But like, and the flight is only to travel mostly between destinations.
Yeah. Well, and you got to remember, like all of Ubisoft. I'm not saying they don't create proprietary stuff, but so much of Ubisoft borrows from its own tech. I wonder how much of this is like in the DNA of something like a fucking Black Sails or whatever, or even
what's that? Well, Assassin's Creed one, but what's that? I know what game you're talking about.
Skull Island.
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. I think Skull and Bones.
That's
Yeah.
Bone
and Black Flag.
Bone
Flag,
Skull.
Yeah.
Bone Saw. You should watch that speed run right now.
Yeah.
Mark, leave the time.
All right, fine.
You know what I mean? Though, like I wonder how much of this was like, hey, we made this thing that feels good for this game, and then they were like, well, what if we just turn that into a whole toys? I don't know. It's me projecting. Either way, both games I kind of like fell back. I still kept playing them, just not as intensely as I was the week before.
Yeah.
In favor of Super Smash Brothers and Splatoon 2. Super Smash Brothers is Super Smash Brothers, but it was fun playing more of that. Playing Splatoon this week led me to play more Inkling this week.
Inkling is pretty OP.
I'm not good with Inkling yet. Like, I don't know how to play as Inkling in Smash Brothers.
Just roller and then over smash. Because it takes forever to get up out of that. Like, you don't have to worry about them rushing to get out of it. You can take your time.
It
and then
does,
you can charge up a full smash while they're still in there and knock them out. It's so strong. That's all you need.
It just doesn't... I don't know. I don't feel as in control. I feel like I'm doing that to get by, but I'm not in control of the match, which I don't like that feeling. But Splatoon 2 remains good. Was that... I already forgot our Game of the Year stuff. Was that the winner of our Best Game as a Service?
Yes.
Great, because it should be. That game has something called Splatfest happening, or it happened. And yeah, Splatfest this time was, I'll let you guys decide. Who would you rather spend the holidays with? Family or friends?
Friends.
There you go. It's fun. It's good. There's a couple new weapons since the last update that I saw. I showed you guys earlier, but the one big weird stamp hammer thing that is like...
That's a Marc kind of weapon.
It's a super, and once you build it up, it's just got this big fucking dumb stamp. Man.
Is there a roller that combos with that? I feel like that's like a perfect... like
that would make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was with. I just remember I was in the middle of a... Oh. Dude, I played a bunch of Splat Dualies.
Or did it play you?
I was just like across the stage, just tapping that B button.
Yeah,
it's good.
Does your character wear headphones?
No. I have a witch's hat on.
Gotta protect yourself, man.
A witch's hat on and some Doc Martens. What?
It's the image of Doc Martens.
Damn right. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my week, man. I don't know.
Cool. Seems pretty chill. Everyone had pretty chill times.
Sure. I've yelled on my TV a couple times this week.
But there was ice involved. It's pretty chill.
I get it. Yeah, because the Splatoon thing is all like... So the one thing that I love about Splatoon 2 more so than Splatoon 1 is the Splatfests are really like events. Like, remember Splatoon 1? It was just like, here's a couple of pictures and color changes. You choose a side and go. This is a like Inkopolis. Like, you guys, I know you haven't seen this one, but you saw the Halloween one. Did you guys check into that one at all?
I didn't.
I watched the video.
Actually go into the Halloween one, no, but I saw photos of it.
That one, like, all of Inkopolis was redesigned, not redesigned, but like it was given a good coat of paint. The stages themselves,
It's ink. Just wanted to clarify.
stages themselves were all like embedded with Halloween themes and imagery, and same thing here. Like all of the stuff for this Frosty Festival, I think is what it's called. I forget what they're calling it. The Team Friends are white ink, and Team Family is like a cocoa colored ink, so it looks very like
Which
gingerbread icing.
What side was the friends on?
White. But
Oh.
everything's got that glitter to it, so it's not just straight white ink and
Yeah,
and
that
straight
glitter.
cocoa colored ink. But it's
So
got, yeah,
Pearl gets.
it was Family and Friends if you're looking at it.
So Marina had.
Marina's friends, Pearl's family.
Finally, she gets a good one.
Yeah, I know.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
TG3O.
It's not over yet. Well,
Oh,
I mean,
well, yeah.
right now it is,
Yeah, but-
as people are listening, but we don't know.
I'm not saying it.
Thank you.
Not yet.
You're doing it well. But yeah, I really like how they like really, really overtake the world with the whole theme. Like there's little snowmen stickers slapped throughout each stage. There's like little snowflake designs. Like there's a lot of like attention to detail that's good.
Like that game is just a designer's dream.
Yeah.
I feel. That's their canvas.
Yeah, I wonder what the next big one is because there's
Because
Splatfest each month.
It's because we don't have Animal Crossing. That's where they went. Like,
Is it the same team?
I'm sure there's people that have moved
Yeah.
around.
I don't know. It's a hell of a video game though. Speaking
Yeah,
of
if
video
only
games,
online was free.
I'm not gonna say that online doesn't. You know what's crazy though? So have you guys tried online in Smash?
No,
No,
I don't really plan to.
kind of can't.
Like it's here and there. It's fine. It's definitely better than it was when I started, a month ago or whenever the game came out. But it's got playing Splatoon. There's no hiccups. There's no anything. I occasionally get a thing like as I'm loading back into the menu where it says a communication error has occurred,
Yeah.
but you just jump
It's
back in. It's no big
yeah,
deal.
yeah.
Like I've only done Splatoon and Fortnite,
But I've had no.
and like it's been fine.
Yeah, I've had
but
no connectivity
Both have been
issues.
fine for me.
No
The one- yeah.
bugginess, no slow, no any. It's been
Mario Tennis
Good.
was good for the most part too, as long as you had a good connection going into the match.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Like,
wonder
you-
what it is about
I
Smash that.
might have done Mario Kart. Can't remember.
Yeah, I definitely did Mario Kart. Yeah.
I don't
there's-
remember Mario. Yeah, I think I did it. I don't remember the connection though.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's fine if I don't remember it. So
But yeah, Smash I haven't done. I just don't have the interest right now.
Yeah, I get that. Well, hey, before we take a break, unless you guys want to take a break.
keep rolling,
Oh,
Fred
roll,
Durst style.
roll we will. We're going to go right into our news segment. Got a little bit of stuff to talk about. Just a little bit. A little post-Christmas, pre-New Year, after the New Year, new news. Capcom.
That's a company.
They are a company. Cap company.
Yeah.
It's a company. So there's a thing.
As most things.
Yeah, something came out. Sorry, I know I'm stumbling over some stuff here. Here's the lineup of Capcom titles announced coming this year: Resident Evil 2, Onimusha Warlords, Devil May Cry 5, Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 4 for Nintendo Switch, Ace Attorney Collection, Monster Hunter World, Iceborne. There are some there was an interview with head of Capcom Division 1, Jun Takeuchi. Jun Takeuchi. Says, first we'd like to release Resident Evil 2 and Devil May Cry 5 for everyone to play. Then we'd like to move on to new challenges. Also, the customers' voices are very important. Things like, it would have been better if this were done, I'd like this, are things we want to pay attention to. I believe future Resident Evil series games will see a big change in the future, and until then, we'd like to store our strength in order to make it an ideal game. On a separate note, we're currently developing a title that'll make people surprised to the point they'll say, they're developing something like that? Also, he talked about January as an important month for Capcom to release their major title of the year. Takeuchi says, there are quite a few reasons, but the biggest reason is that we hope people remember Capcom games as coming out in January. If I had to give my straight feelings, it's a message to other developers saying, please avoid releasing your games in this month if you can.
That's what they did with Resident Evil 7.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, Monster Hunter World.
Mm-hmm.
And then, here we go, Resident Evil 2.
So what's 2020's game?
We're not there yet.
Oh, all right.
Or are we?
I don't know.
There yet?
I guess we don't know now.
Resident Evil 8.
Fuck, it's too soon.
Street Fighter, another extra version of 5. I don't. Not Darkstalkers, I'll tell you that.
Oh, how about Marvel vs. Capcom?
Probably not that either.
I don't know. I'm curious to see what they're developing something like that one is. Huh.
Yeah, that was going to address that one. What if they make it the Blind Man?
Oh, in response to the Quiet Man?
Yeah.
And the whole game's just a black screen for 45 hours?
Why the fuck not? But it's all audio. You use audio cues.
I think Capcom's doing okay,
It's
though.
almost like the Unfinished Swan, but not
I would
like
say
that.
merge both of those games together.
Oh, and
then you get
The Man.
Helen Keller 7.
Oh, my God.
You went the other way.
I thought you were giving them... Yeah.
Yep,
no,
you went
he's
the other way.
stripping everything out.
Yeah.
All right. I get it. Oh, boy. I don't know. I don't know what the surprise is. I don't know what is a game that Capcom has not made.
Like in a while or just in general?
His quote, they're developing something like that. A fucking MOBA?
Revive Maximo.
Jesus.
That's a deep cut.
I was gonna say that's a deep cut right there.
Do you really want him to revive Maximo?
I thought it was cool to have an extended world of Ghosts and Goblins. And Demon's Crest.
Yeah. All right.
Maximo was a cool attempt. It just came out around the time when like those were cool, you know, that and Medieval, and I mean they didn't do Medieval, but he had games like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dino Crisis, Parasite Eve.
Ooh.
No, that's Square. The last one, Parasite Eve is Square.
Eve, yeah.
Dino Crisis is Capcom. That would be cool.
But I think
I'm more excited Parasite Eve for some reason there.
Yeah, but his comment that it's they're developing something like that makes it
makes you
seem
think
to
mobile
me,
game. Like, why would you go in this direction?
Could be mobile. It could be mobile, or it could be something that they really truly have not done before, which I can't think of many.
You know what? I would have that reaction to another Monster Hunter.
Really?
It's not what it's gonna be, but if it was,
What if it was a Resident Evil like mobile game though?
I mean, I'm willing to try it if it looks good. You know, like I want to be in an age where mobile games don't have this stigma of that the games suck. Like I want, I want it to be a better platform. So like things having like like Professor Layton for example, like that coming over, like I want more stuff like that.
I agree with you. My only problem with mobile games, because I've had that same kind of want and yearn. My problem is I never want to be on my phone for that long.
I'm fine with that.
Like my phone has so much other things that it does that the game part of it, I want my games on there to be something where I'm like waiting on my fucking lunch.
Sure, but you could say the same argument for computers and consoles. Everything has like apps and there's so many types of games you can play. Short games, long games. How many Square games are on your phone? How many Final Fantasies are on there?
But I don't play them on there.
But that's the option. You don't have to. But
I
it's
know,
out there
I
for
know.
people that want it. It's not well.
No, I know.
But it's there. But like, there are good solid games on there. It's just that the stigma of it all is just like, oh, if it's on phone, it's shit.
I think I'm past that stigma. I feel like a lot of the industry might be past that stigma. I still don't know how you entertain
consumers are
someone for hours. Like I don't. Where is it that I get lost? Like even Fire Emblem Heroes, which I've been still poking at. I'm not in it for too long before I just go.
Because that game is meant to be taken digestibly.
But I think that's how most of the games are developed.
Right. But not.
But I think. Sorry.
Yeah, wait till you get Artifact on your phone.
But even Artifact, I feel like I would play a match or two on my phone or my iPad and then move on. And in one sitting. I don't know. Maybe it's me.
I mean, wouldn't you do that on a computer too?
Yes.
So I've been playing like Artifact.
I think it just depends on the game.
2 hours or so at a time.
Yeah. Like if is Chrono Trigger's not on mobile, is it?
Sadly. Actually, I think they took that fixed PC port and put it back on mobile, so now the mobile version's not so sad anymore, but I don't know.
Yeah, but like if it was just a fully fleshed out like RPG, like it wasn't a mobile game in quotes, like I could see myself getting invested for a long time. Like it's just I'm basically playing a smaller Switch.
I could see that.
Switch is just playing a bigger phone.
And really, how much bigger is that Switch screen than your phone?
Yeah,
nowadays.
Yeah, you're right.
And
so
Resident
Evil. But Resident Evil, like if done well, I think I'd be interested. I don't know what they could do with it, but
yeah, that'd be. I don't know. Time will tell on that one.
I don't know why I'm thinking like roguelite, but there was that game Vaccine on Switch, which was like very akin to old Resident Evil. You had a time thing to go through random rooms.
That'd be kind of cool though.
Yeah.
They got to play into the mobility of it though, like that, and the fact that everyone has a Resident Evil Go. Netflix hired former Activision CFO. Except, if I remember correctly, he was not former Activision CFO before joining. Sorry, he was not. He joined Netflix before telling Activision he was leaving. Is that right? Did I follow that story correctly?
I don't know what the story was exactly. I just saw a headline, but that would sound like it's that's believable.
Well, they said Activision said they got rid of him. They didn't specify the reason.
Activision fired Newman for violating his legal obligations, that is, breaking his employment contract to join Netflix.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He got out while it was good. He saw the next Diablo game coming along. He was like, well, I'll get on this Black Mirror streaming platform and go from there.
Tech companies are weird, huh?
Yeah, they all live out in Silicon Valley and all that stuff.
But hey, I
probably runs an incubator.
It's the one thing that I take away from this story is
what does it mean?
Well, like, is it that he wanted to get out, or is it that Netflix wanted
poached him?
Right.
Both.
I mean, obviously, he's not going to leave just because he wakes up one day and someone gives him a phone call. Like, yeah, he's surely right, but how much is this indicative of Netflix being in trouble and needing a new CFO? Is it indicative of Activision? Also, wasn't Netflix's CFO wasn't that a whole thing? The previous one?
I had no idea about Netflix news. I just know the joke of like they just.
I mean, I'm not shocked that they got a CFO from the gaming industry when they're starting to move into this more interactive territory. Because isn't Minecraft that coming to Netflix?
Yeah, Telltale's Minecraft story mode is on there.
Yeah,
for kids to play. So
you got that coming along. Bandersnatch, the Black Mirror episode. They're moving more into that. It makes sense that they got someone like this as a CFO. There's nothing like else clouding this whole thing.
Yeah, they'll probably have just a section dedicated to like games or whatever.
Yeah,
so it's very accessible to people who don't really play games. That's their gateway. They
like the writers on the wall there for Netflix. Like I mean, that's the next thing. They can only create so many original pieces of content before
it could be just a straight up like similar to a PlayStation Now or something like a streaming platform for some games on there.
Yeah, no,
it could. I
mean, it makes sense for Netflix for that to be somewhere in that realm. The next move, especially now with everyone else doing cloud gaming.
Yeah,
like what if they did their own service like that?
Yeah, connect your phone to it. Or
what
something?
What if like out of nowhere they become the Google Chrome game thing rival?
Yeah, there's like maybe certain games are only playable in certain versions. Like desktop is different from.
I mean, that already kind of happened with the Black Mirror episode. You can really only play that on your game console. You can't use like an Apple TV or a streaming platform.
My friend used Roku.
Oh, so you can. All right,
but you were not able to go back and look at your choices.
Oh,
you were stripped from that.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Speaking of stripped from that, looks like there's a little piece of Resident Evil 2 that got stripped from the full game in the form of a one-shot demo. Is it still available? Could be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or it's due out.
Apparently, it's expected to be due out because
Cool.
somebody saw it in the Microsoft Store listing or something.
So, this demo is literally, when it says one shot, think of it like the Hitman elusive targets. You can try it one time and then you're done.
I like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can continue as many times as you like after dying, but you only have 30 minutes to complete the demo. That's the
Okay.
time.
Oh, that's not bad. Idea.
I like them as I did it, where it's basically the full version, but you're only granted a limited time to it.
30 minutes seems short.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking it's a mode. That's a demo. 30
Yeah.
minutes
Yeah.
for that game.
That's not bad. That's about an average demo time. I
Yeah.
feel. I mean, anything more, you might as well just have the full game. So
I wonder where the demo takes place at. Did they throw it in the beginning though?
So,
probably whatever.
this
showed at
specially
E3.
tuned demo allows you to experience the newly reimagined Resident Evil 2, but be warned, whilst you can continue as many times as you'd like after dying, you'll only have 30 minutes to complete the demo. Take in the horror atmosphere at your own pace or make a desperate dash to solve all the puzzles Raccoon Police Department has to offer. The choice is yours.
So you're in the police department.
Speed run.
Yeah.
That's what I was curious of. Do you start like the beginning of the game where you have to go in, or
Yeah. I was assuming whatever they showed off at events would be what is playable.
all the puzzles? I wonder this.
I'm going to read the headline of this next story, and then Mark, I'd like you to follow up with
So this is different from Resident Evil?
yes.
Because I have one thing to say about Capcom
Oh yeah,
demos.
yeah. Say it.
Just
Sorry.
real quick. For Capcom, if they are listening, for the Devil May Cry 5 demo,
Yes.
I enjoyed the demo. However, I did not like failing at the boss fight, phase 2, and having to start the entire demo over to get back to that point. So I hard passed it, got out,
Yeah.
didn't try again.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
Oh,
You need checkpoints. I should have started at the beginning of that boss fight again. That's what should have happened.
Yeah, that would make
That's
sense.
that's the age we're in.
Yeah.
That's
I
it.
thought you were gonna ask them to make it 66.6 minutes long.
That too.
69 maybe.
Ooh.
Fallout 76 bug disabled nukes on New Year's Day.
Remember when I was saying a game of the year? This game was one update away from
No.
me coming back to it.
Wait. What was the option you gave me to give a comment on it?
I just wanted you to comment following up. I wanted you to repeat what you wrote in Slack.
Oh. And the bugs don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming.
There it is.
Damn.
There it is.
What a
I don't know what happened.
what
I
a-
don't know what happened.
What a shit show, man. That game just needs to die.
Yep.
No, it's 2 updates away.
The funniest thing, I think my
that.
favorite bug so far was, so in the trailer at the very end of it, they showed off 3 nukes going off, and then like showed the title and everything. Just a dude in armor, just like viewing it
Yeah,
or whatever.
I remember that.
So like they actually tested that out in the game. They
Can't handle it.
They found a way to get all the codes, decipher it, and have set off 3 at once, and it just broke the game for everybody.
I mean,
so it's like you can't even do what was meant to be.
happen.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
throw this out there. If the whole Megaton thing in Fallout 3 wasn't a set piece, I think
Oh, the worst part was that
I think that will crash.
it also
too.
affected the starting town that you're in. So newcomers, as soon as they start their game, just died. Like immediately.
That's kind of funny because that shit happens in DayZ. Because you can go to the shoreline they wash up on and you just mow them down.
I feel like it's expected in DayZ.
I think that's
a-
kind of
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, no, it is funny. I just thought that was hilarious. That,
It would
like,
be something to it where you just, first time you launch Fallout 4, you go out whatever, and then you just die to a nuke. I think that would be good exposure.
that does sound realistic. No, I think about it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that part. It's
Yeah.
the part where the game crashes.
I mean, I think it's been patched since with another like 40 gig install.
2 good updates away.
2 former members of Blizzard, Ben Brody, Brode, and Hamilton Chu, former game director and executive producer on Hearthstone, left Blizzard last year, started a studio, Second Dinner, and is working on an unannounced game for Marvel with some financial help from NetEase, the Chinese company who operates local versions of Blizzard's games in China.
This sounds like a mobile game.
Funny you should
Hearthstone's
say that.
a mobile game.
2 job openings offer a bit of insight into what Second Dinner is working on. Quote, "We think there's a huge opportunity to make deep, satisfying games that are optimized for mobile, and we're currently working on a game that we're really excited about." So there you go. There's a 5-person team currently in place working on a prototype of its game for Marvel. Second Dinner plans to grow its team by 10 to 15 people over the next few years.
You think it's just a Marvel card game? Another one?
Possibly. What's the Magic guy's name?
Richard Garfield.
Yeah, he's the Ben Bro's the equivalent to that for Hearthstone.
Interesting.
Yeah, so a couple months ago, I think it was right before the holidays, maybe a little bit before that, he announced he was leaving that team and Blizzard to go do his next project, his own thing.
I mean, these guys are pretty good at handling licenses. I mean, Hearthstone's in the Warcraft universe. They fleshed that out pretty well.
Yeah, and he's really good about talking to the public, be on Reddit, on social media, kind of like a presence like that. So I wish him good luck with this whole endeavor, and it might be a Marvel card game, who knows? But yeah, he was Hearthstone. It got a little outreach for me, but I mean, I liked it when he was definitely a part of it.
Yeah,
interesting.
Y'all like Bowsette?
Who doesn't?
Nintendo.
Ugh, of course they do. Is it Nintendo or is it Reggie?
Probably Nintendo.
Leave Reggie alone. Look.
Reggie's just a messenger.
I want Reggie to stay with Nintendo. There was something in his eyes at the Game Awards that told me that the future is not all there, or maybe he just had a bad night. But I fear for the future without Reggie, and I don't want that to happen. Please leave Reggie alone. Let him live his life.
Okay. All right. I don't want Reggie to leave Nintendo. However, there is one scenario.
Stop it. Don't make my heart flutter like that.
Jackie T. He does nothing for Nintendo. He just does the press conferences, the directs.
I don't want Reggie to leave.
However,
if Reggie has to leave.
Exactly.
If he wants to go save Pizza Hut again.
Papa John's needs some help.
You're not wrong.
Bring back Kevin Butler.
Just for him to use the competition's console in a commercial again? Yeah. All right, good luck with that.
Anywho. The Super Crown, a new item, which of course gave birth to the internet's Bowsette. Super Crown item description found on the website for New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe states, when Toadette finds one of these, she can transform into the super-powered Peachette. Sorry, Luigi, only Toadette can use this item.
Luigi...
So it doesn't specifically say that Bowser cannot. It just tells Luigi that only Toadette can. But that could be some bullshit trying to trick Luigi into not even trying.
Well, you're taking it too literal. I think Luigi is code for perverts. They're actually talking to the people. Luigi is the people.
Luigi's the pervert.
That makes sense.
Representing
it's like,
the pervert
sorry,
people.
pervs. Only Toadette can do this.
And that makes sense because if you refer back to the original Bowsette comic, Luigi's in the background looking on like, oh, which that would make sense.
Maybe 2 on the nose to reference Peach specifically.
Yeah. This is a story from October that we missed, but I saw the other day.
What?
Stories Untold developer announced sci-fi thriller Observation for PS4 and PC due out spring of 2019.
Dropping my beer on the ground right now.
Like, dude,
Please tell me it's out tomorrow.
Let's go to the official website.
Is Jackie
liking
T
this.
doing any voice work?
I'm liking this.
This is becoming a Jackie T episode. I'm sorry.
I'm
It's
down.
in my
I'm-
brain now.
It's all right. Jack Trenton's 2019 predictions coming at you live.
Ooh.
Tretton 19.
So it is not out tomorrow, Matthew. However, it's out spring 2019.
I'll take that. That's soon.
Yeah, for PS4 and Steam.
It'll be
Published by Devolver.
I see it now. We'll be going to Camden Yards opening day,
Yeah.
and then
They're getting that funding now.
Yeah.
They're getting some told stories.
maybe that game will work on the Mac side.
No, I forgot about how bad it ran on. Yeah, that was rough.
Or they just won't port it at all. Either one.
Yeah, it'll just be.
Probably the latter.
Probably the latter.
That's all the news that I saw that I care to talk about.
Man, this is almost an episode.
I
However-
know. It's only just begun.
Ugh,
It
God.
has only just begun.
Joe, this is my favorite podcast of the year. It's
Likewise.
the first one, but it's my favorite.
No, I agree. I have here our 2018 predictions. I am ready to reveal which. We're gonna read through every prediction we made.
So you obviously have to kind of see them,
Yeah,
but
you guys haven't
you
looked
did
at
not.
them?
You haven't looked at it, right?
I don't know
Mark?
shit, but I kind
I remember one because you brought it up to me not too long ago.
It's
But yeah,
I feel like I might know one or two.
Hmm.
I know one about, I think Blasphemous was one of them.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out. We're going to take a quick, short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about last year's predictions. We'll look back on the year called 2018, and then we'll look forward to 2019 right after this. This is truly the best part of the year. It really is. There's just, you know what it is? It's that we're in that sweet spot where everything is possible.
Winter?
Well, one, winter's way better than summer. We've confirmed that.
no, we haven't.
It's
No,
a
we
free
haven't.
cheese fact.
No, we
Free
haven't.
cheese fact.
No, we
Free cheese
haven't.
fact. I told you. The year of doubling down on being right over Matt.
The only good thing about winter is soup.
All things are possible is where I'm at. Okay?
You'll like soup one day.
Global
I
warming
understand.
thing.
We're going to look back at what we thought.
You're gonna make me break it.
We
Keep this up.
we-
I'll break it.
We thought some things were going to happen in 2018.
By the way, thanks Mark for last week.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
I'm going to read just in order of our article from the website what is written here and award points based on whether or not we got these things correct or incorrect. Of course, some of these points will be up to our discretion, and we'll have to come together on whether or not we agree a full or maybe a partial point is awarded. To start, my predictions last year were: number 1, Virtual Console launches by March. It features games from both console and handheld. By the end of the year, we'll see the release of at least one set of Joy-Con themed after a legacy platform. Now, obviously, we did not get Virtual Console by any stretch of the imagination. However,
You got those legacies.
we did get sort of Joy-Con themed after a legacy. I would say quite literally themed after a legacy platform. I'm going to give myself a half point unless you object.
A half point.
Yes.
You
I
got
mean, they're not
point
Joy-Cons.
33.
0.33.
Because you said you double down. You said Virtual Console by March. It includes. That includes. It's the second part of that prediction. That's a double dip, in my opinion. Mark, you can argue that.
They're not Joy-Cons in the traditional sense.
Oh, I'm willing to give him the Joy-Cons thing.
Yeah, but I was to say, I'm willing to, you know what, that's...
He's arguing that me saying Virtual Console is a third, me saying it has console and handheld is a third,
And
and
then the
Joy-Con
date.
is a third.
Oh, I thought the date would have been one. Or is
Oh.
that tied with...
Don't split this into a quarter point, Mark. I'm saying half point.
Fuck it, whatever. Half point.
Because I think the Virtual Console launching by March featuring both console and handheld was part of the same
I mean, it's not called Virtual Console, but we do have the NES games, and there is NES Steam controllers.
That's not what I meant. I know what I meant.
I'm just saying it's close. We still got something. So
Look,
I
let me tell you what. I know one prediction I have that has the full ass point that has multiple parts in it, so we're good.
I fucking can't. All right, so I get a half point. I said Tony Hawk puts his name on another video game this year. It isn't as bad as the last time. Now, I went ahead and looked at these predictions this week. I went ahead and downloaded the game that Tony Hawk put his name on so that I could argue for me to get a full point.
That's a mad ass move. Congratulations, Joe.
I can't even fucking pretend that game is not as bad as last time. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 was a piece of shit. This game makes me never want to play games again.
Oh my god.
This is so bad. It's so embarrassing. If you want a new skateboard, you spend $9.99, which I thought was a cute way to incorporate real money idea currencies into the... Oh, they didn't call it like Tony Bucks. They use real money. That's cute.
They could have gone to Tony Bucks.
And then, no. But then I click on it, and no, it's real $9.99 that you spend for a new fucking skateboard in the game.
Money Hawk.
It's bad. Here's the worst part. The worst part. One, it looks like a piece of shit. But two, when you click on the daily reward, what happens when you click on a daily reward in any video game ever?
You get a reward.
Not this one. This one starts a countdown timer to tomorrow when you might get the reward if you haven't thrown your phone at the fucking wall for how shitty it fucking controls.
Wait, hold on.
This one fucks your life, and they both laugh at you.
Wait, and Mark, when is that daily reward normally cap at?
One?
No, it usually builds up to something at the end of the
week.
Oh, yeah.
Usually, yeah, right. I'm
sure.
Not this one. 31 days. And you don't get a big thing at the end of the 31 days. It's just alternating between bullshit fake money and other bullshit fake money. It's not like after checking in once a day for a week, you get a fucking set of wheels. Game's a piece of shit.
How would this wasn't on this mess?
Feel like because nobody played it.
Too late. It's all right.
I feel like
you get your time now.
I feel like I should get a half point for Tony Hawk putting his name on another video game, but I don't even want the fucking point.
All right,
y'all can keep it. You want the half point? You can have the half point.
I don't want it. I don't want that. That's a dirty half point. I don't want that.
Yeah, no, that's it's compromised.
God damn it!
Telling
me
spoiled. If I got a Metal Gear prediction in there that I get a half point for that piece of shit that came out last year.
Now, how do you feel about Castlevania Requiem?
Funny you should mention that.
Oh no!
My third prediction.
No.
Konami announces a new Castlevania game.
Well, no.
Which they announced that mobile game, which is a new game, but it didn't release. But all I said was,
I'll give you the point. I'll give you the point.
All right.
But now you would play Requiem over Tony Hawk.
If I had to choose?
Yeah.
Of course you would.
Yeah, probably.
Of course you would. Don't even think about that.
Just play with no audio.
Tony Hawk almost bricked my fucking phone. Like, I'm not kidding. So, all right.
Mining that Bitcoin.
And I'm not kidding. Listener, like, don't take this, oh, haha, funny, wow, I'm going to download. Don't fucking do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Don't even look up a YouTube video about it. Just know it's the worst thing imaginable. Number 4, Sega releases a follow-up to Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. Oh, how close I was. God damn.
Oh, you said release, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Number 5, after 10 years, Nintendo revives the Wars series and gives it the Fire Emblem treatment. It's exclusive to Nintendo 3DS. I feel like that's still coming, but didn't happen last year. So I end up with
1.5.
1.5. Marc Augustiniak, last year, 2018, stated, number 1, Atomic Purple Joy-Con. Not officially, but people made them. Is that a 0 point? You can, again, feel free to grab that half point from Tony Hawk, but...
Yeah, no, the implication was that Nintendo would release this officially.
Yeah. Number 2.
Would have done that already.
Number 2, Raziel, Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver makes a comeback in some way. Not yet, but Crystal Dynamics is up to something. In fact, we talked about it. Somebody said it a couple weeks back that new Tomb Raider game was not made by them, and in fact, it's not.
It was me. It was made by Eidos at Montreal.
Boom.
But this is 2018, so
True, but maybe it's coming.
yeah.
Stay tuned.
Mark says Platinum Games will be successful as a self-publisher and opens a gateway to collaborating with more indie devs. I feel like it's another not yet, but I feel like it's coming.
We don't know.
But
As of right now.
I feel like it's coming. I feel like this is a big year for Platinum.
I think I was making 2019 predictions, not real life.
It's okay. It's okay because you did the same thing the year before when you predicted the Breath of the Wild costumes in Mario Kart.
I did, didn't I?
Or Hyrule Warriors.
You're the real Nostradamus.
Yeah. It's true.
Huh.
Maybe we should keep track of these 2 years.
Yeah, that's true. Number 4 for Mark.
Here we go.
Phantasy Star Online 2 in the United States on Nintendo Switch. Did not happen.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you.
Number 5. Man. Mark said Blasphemous will be one of our Game of the Year contenders for 2018. Sadly, Blasphemous delayed until 2019.
All these 2019
I know,
predictions,
man. I know.
Maybe that's why I have no good ideas.
Mark, I'm sad to say that in the year 2018, you have a 0.
That's not the first time.
But 2019, hang on to his predictions.
We'll look back on your 2018 predictions in 2020.
These will be spirit points.
Yeah.
Spirit points. Buy yourself a new Smash Spirit.
Yeah. All right, Matthew. Matt Sellner, number 1.
I just tell their mind by the paragraphs.
Yeah, of course. Final Fantasy makes a big splash this year. Final Fantasy VII Remake is shown off at E3. Part 1 is dated for holiday 2018. Final Fantasy 15 is announced for Switch and comes out summer 2018.
I don't want that Switch point.
Pocket Edition.
I don't want that Switch point.
I believe we already knew about Pocket Edition before.
It doesn't matter. Even if we want to argue it, I don't want it.
Okay.
So they're not quite. Number 2, Death Stranding is closer than we think. It gets a release window of fall, winter 2019.
That could still happen.
It could still happen.
That could still happen.
I feel like that is gonna happen, but it didn't happen yet. Number 3, a siphon filter game of some kind is announced.
Mark, I'm looking as good as you right
really
now.
wanted that. I know how bad you want that siphon filter.
Sorry.
It's all right.
And they're still making Days Gone, which hurts even more, you know?
That might be fine.
It won't be.
I'll play it.
It
It's
won't.
fine. Now playing.
Number 4. The online service for Switch is unveiled but underwhelming, including no voice chat on console and only through the app. Virtual Console turns out to be not what we are traditionally used to either. It is not called Virtual Console and is more limited than what we are used to.
I want that full point.
The only thing that I would argue against is the last piece, is that it's more limited than what we're used to, because it actually does add some cool functionality. I'm not saying...
Well, you have remixed games, but you also have access to
the whole NES library
as to buying games separately.
Correct. Which I do like.
It's not much, but at the same time, that's the only thing I could.
Yeah, I'm not saying that what they did was.
I would give them the full point, though.
I'll give them the full point too. I just want to address the fact that I don't think it's.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I think I was referring to the Virtual Console aspect of it.
Oh, you're probably right. Yeah. You're probably right.
In which case, it's just
we're
out
translating it already into the NES thing.
I think so, but yeah. I mean, you're right, though. I mean, I do like the whole remix and the save states you can download. Like, that's really cool. Especially like if you never played The Legend of Zelda or whatever.
And I do like the idea of...
But it is still limited. Because it was originally they said Super Nintendo as well.
Yeah.
That shit didn't happen.
Which I bet that's coming. I bet you that... I mean, honestly, for all we know, by the time next week, we could be saying Super Nintendo games are on Switch. But...
It is still technically limited. Yeah.
No. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I do really like... I like that it is just there. It's an app that you open, and all of those games are there. You can just jump in. I do like that part. Yeah. I don't like a lot of the other stuff about it.
That was a solid prediction, man. That was...
Put Castlevania on it. Maybe I'll like it. That was a really good prediction.
Thank
really
you.
good. Number 5. Not so much. Just kidding. Still a good prediction. Number 5, Resident Evil 2's remake is finally shown in January. It will come out this year, and there will be a Switch version as well. You're
so
close.
So close.
Got announced at E3, did not come out last year, and is not coming to Switch.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
It's at least a January.
true.
yeah. No, I just wrong year.
Yeah.
So what's that bring you to? 1?
1.
All right. Ben Barris. So Ben, I just want to address the listener. Ben Barris and Akko, could not be here because they were at MagFest doing what you do at MagFest. But we're still going to recap both of their predictions from last year and read their predictions for this year. Ben Barris says Shenmue 3 delayed. 1 point for Ben.
It's a solid point for Ben.
This next one needs some help on. Ben Barris says new Donkey Kong announced.
Okay.
When he says new,
Oh, we didn't know about Tropical Freeze yet, did we?
we did not. We found out about it in January Direct.
But Tropical Freeze isn't technically new.
New.
It just added a funky mode.
But that funky mode.
Right, but I'm sure we were all in the consensus that he meant like a brand new,
Yeah.
original.
Like,
Game.
And
Suffer.
I didn't go back and listen
Hot
to last
tomorrow.
year's
But I would
episode.
also kind of want to do a half point because
How about a quarter point?
it's new for Switch. Or a quarter point. I think he should get a point of some kind.
I'll give him a quarter point.
Quarter point.
Quarter point. Ben, you disagree? Great.
Ben, do you want a Tony Hawk point? All right.
Nobody wants that fucking Tony Hawk.
3/4 point.
Ben says, number 3, Resident Evil 2, footage shown and a revealed release date of spring 2019.
Oh, he was very close.
So close.
Point
He said winter.
0.75.
Is
That's
that a
what I said.
0.75? I mean, Resident Evil 2 was announced.
Yep.
Footage was shown.
Footage.
He
Yep.
just missed the release date. I'd say a 0.66,
0.66.
right? Because he
Yeah, you're right. I thought there was a fourth part for some reason. Misheard.
Number 4, Konami brings back Silent Hill.
Ugh.
I wish.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you count Pyramid Head and Survive,
No.
We don't. We definitely don't.
that game's dead.
don't.
Fuck.
And 5, Sega launches another mini console to compete with NES and SNES Classic.
Didn't they?
They wanted to, but after At Games did what At Games does and made a piece of shit, Sega said, nah, we're going to just hold off and do our own thing and we'll put it out next year. So something is coming this year. So not unlike Marc, Ben was just a little too far forward. But yeah, nothing last year.
To 0.
Correct.
All right. Akko.
So that brings Ben's total to...
That is a 1.91 if I did my math correctly.
All right, old math boy. Let's check in with Akko. You ready?
Akko, you want that half point? Still no response.
Still no response, so I guess nobody wants it. All right. This one is fucking nuts. Akko, number 1. Soul Calibur 6's guest character is 2B from Nier Automata. If the game is announced for Switch, Marth will be the guest character. Wow. So
One.
I'm gonna.
Because he says if.
Yeah, but he also said guest character.
Yeah, that's the one thing that threw me off. The guest character is
Geralt.
Geralt.
Yeah.
Geralt, whatever the fuck.
Gary.
Old boy. Yeah. No, I'm giving him the point for this. I want to add something.
Okay.
I want to give Akko a bonus point in 2020.
When it comes
For
to Switch
Marth.
and they add Marth.
If we do get a Switch version and Marth comes.
He
but-
gets a future spirit point for now.
Yeah.
No, that was a good guess for just 2B in general.
I mean, Akko's just always
He
got...
gets a bonus possible 20 horse bucks at our next Friday Night Pizza party.
I like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I like it. Number 2, Banjo-Kazooie 3 for real this year. Didn't happen, but maybe 2019's the year.
Ukulele, maybe.
We had another one that I wish would have happened. Number 3, an exclusive Souls-like game for Switch, similar to Bloodborne's exclusivity to PlayStation. He was referring specifically to From Software. But nope. Number 4, Super Mario Odyssey DLC will contain a spooky haunted world.
We never got that. No.
No. But there were
There was a Halloween like costumes and stuff. I thought, right?
yeah, but he was hoping for like a Luigi's Mansion
Like
thing.
DLC. Yeah.
And then number 5, Devil May Cry 5 releases at the end of the year.
Ooh.
He just missed it. He just missed it.
Got a demo.
We did. All right.
I'll go guess a 1 pending 2, maybe, depending on how the year shakes out.
Well, I think his bonus point would roll into 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Fair.
yeah.
All right. Well, then, 1.
All right. Does that mean Ben wins?
Ben won
Yeah.
with that .66, unless
damn.
Joe with that half point still on the table. He can take the victory with the half point.
It's fine. Ben can win. It's fine. It's fine.
Ben wins.
All right. I'm also going
That's
to put at the end of this 0.5 points on the table.
Pointality.
On the table.
Nobody wants this fucking 0.5. I'm telling you.
Predictability.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Alrighty.
Wow.
So this is the part.
Man, I fucking love this part.
What, this?
Am I reading that correctly?
What?
Wait a minute.
2019.
Yeah. How many were you supposed to have?
Oh, just 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just 5.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
He
I
doesn't
made
know,
10.
He doesn't know how to make a map prediction. That's his problem.
No, I like my predictions to be short and sweet, but if one of y'all shouts out one of mine, I want to
Okay.
have backups. And also,
Right. I didn't think about that.
some of these
Again.
I had
I was
5.
fighting with myself, which maybe I'll reveal after we get through our rounds here. But some of
You
these,
know what? My backups are going to be the ones from 2018 I didn't make it.
I like
Perfect.
that. I like
yeah,
that.
that's a fair strategy, Mark.
So, we will start here now with our 2019 predictions. We'll go in same order. I'll start then to Mark, to Matt, to Ben, to Akko. Right?
All right, sure.
Is
Great.
that how we do it?
I thought we went around the table just to make it easy, but fine. We can do that order. That's cool.
I mean, technically, we're going around the table.
No, we're not, because you're going there, to there, to there.
Yeah.
It's not.
And then Ben and Akko are off site. There's the off site. Just over there.
Whatever. All right, it's fine.
Why?
We'll-
What do you
we'll
want me to
figure-
do? What do you?
No,
how-
I was.
I'm fine with it.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
What did you want, Matt?
Don't make me break kayfabe.
Oh. Seal's broken. Demons out.
2019 is gonna be a great year, boys.
Speaking of demons, round 1,
Oh boy.
2019 predictions.
Round 1.
Me.
Fight.
I believe that John Wick and Ryu are downloadable characters for Mortal Kombat.
And Ryu. Wait, you say Ryu?
John Wick.
John Wick.
I love how random this two are.
John Wick and Ryu will be in Mortal Kombat.
John Wick. I'm actually like really on board with.
He only fights with a pistol like
Ryu.
this. That's all he does.
But Ryu, what the fuck?
No, Ryu, I believe more for some
Hell,
reason.
hell, they're totally different companies.
Follow me. That's
Fighting
all I
games.
gotta say. Yeah, dude.
They
Ed
start
Boon,
each other's
look,
shit.
Ed Boon's always wanted to work with Street Fighter, and he always said one of his dream things would be Mortal Kombat cross Street Fighter.
I've seen Newgrounds animations.
Me
about
too.
it.
Oh my god, Newgrounds.
What? You're not surprised? I mean, are you surprised I'm on Newgrounds?
No, it's not that. It's just basing our fact on Newgrounds.
Yes.
Ah.
People want it. It's a thing.
Was there a Ryu dress-up game from Newgrounds?
I mean, probably, right?
All right.
Anyway, see me in January, yo. Mark, number 1.
Right. I forgot. We were going to go down a whole list.
So, yeah.
You just
sorry.
said it.
No.
But I will hop on this train.
Oh,
So this is kind of a... Feel free in the end, if I do end up getting this right, to give it a half point overall. Because it's a either or
okay.
type of vote. I
Okay.
mean, prediction. 1A is Dante or Nero will be the next Soul Calibur 6 character DLC. Originally I was going to put Shovel Knight, but I switched it to that.
That'd be so
So yeah, I'm seeing either Dante or Nero as being probably Dante.
Okay.
I'm feeling more Dante, but I could believe Nero just because of 5 and just
Sure.
trying to keep that character alive. Or, if not Soul Calibur or those characters, Chun-Li will be in Dead or Alive 6.
Ooh.
Because you have Mai
Yeah.
in Dead or Alive 5.
Uh-huh.
You have characters from Virtua Fighter in there as well.
All right.
And it just I see that being home.
I agree.
I see that making sense.
All right. I'm down. Mark it on the board.
So yeah, if I get either one of those right, it's okay if it's a half point.
I like that we got a couple of fighting game predictions to kick us off.
It will end here.
Yeah, go for it.
This is the year that the Master Chief Collection finally comes to PC.
All right. I agree.
I think Game Pass is about to get real weird this year. I didn't predict anything else with Game Pass, but when the shoulders of Master Chief Collection come to the PC, there's going to be other things weird happening with Game Pass. But most importantly, Master Chief Collection, I'm finally going to be able to play it on my PC.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the most straightforward one you're going to get all night.
I don't know how far you went into any of this. I kept going back and forth with wanting to talk more about what I thought Microsoft was going to do in that space, and I couldn't really land on a solid, like, thing. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of steps toward that ubiquity that we started to taste with Microsoft across PC and Xbox, and I think there's going to be good stuff. All right. Well, that brings us to Akko's number 1.
Wait, wouldn't it be Ben?
Ben's number 1.
See, too fucking confusing.
Ben says Shenmue 3 delayed.
Favorite moment of the year every year.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. I'll take it.
I'm gonna Akko sent these in a different order, but I'm gonna put this one up front for obvious reasons.
Okay.
Akko says Nero will be a guest character in Soul Calibur 6.
We had the same thing. Kind of. You know what? I'll take the Dante. He can get Nero.
Oh, all right.
All right. Fair. All right.
Cool.
Make it a little more interesting.
So there is that. Does that bring us to my number 2?
Number 2.
Yep.
Round 2. Fight. Rocksteady announces their Green Lantern core game. Period. That's all I'm going to write. Now I'll elaborate. Not on
Whatever you
paper.
post on that website is what we're going by.
Damn straight. Nobody's going to come back and listen to this shit in a year. But I'll tell you right now, it's like a games as a service thing, man. You go to multiple planets, you get to build your own Green Lantern and join the core, but you also run into familiar faces that you know and love. Or maybe you do just play as Hal Jordan. I don't know yet. Time will tell.
Destiny 2 is already out, man.
I'm saying you make Destiny but Green Lantern core?
Have Ryan Reynolds voice the main character?
I'm down. The Green Lantern core story has so much potential for a games as a service thing. All the interplanetary travel. You start thinking about shit like the Sinestro Core War, all of the different colored lanterns. I can see big DLC packs being planned around the yellow, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You build up to fucking, hey, it's our year 2 expansion, Blackest Night. Holy shit.
You get some DLC codes via Skittles.
Dude. I'm down.
Gatorade.
I'm down. Mark, number 2.
Oh, I don't know which one I want to announce first.
Yeah, I had a tough time with that.
I'll get this one out of the way. PlayStation 5 info will be leaked before Sony officially announces it.
All right.
Yep. Yeah. You just put a pun on the board for 2019 right now.
Yeah. All right. Matt?
I made this one to directly come after Ben's prediction because I knew it was coming. Shenmue 3 comes out this year. So does Cyberpunk 2077.
Jeez. You think that's this year?
Why the fuck not?
Man, and this is a
I can
so
believe
does.
that.
You said so does.
Both, yeah.
So this is an all or nothing.
It is.
It's not all or nothing. It's a two-parter.
It's a two-parter.
That's
but
true. We do break them down.
Hold,
though.
please. He said so does. So that
Fine.
means that.
Shenmue 3 and Cyberpunk 2077 come out.
You fuck. Fair enough.
We
All right.
break it down either way.
All right.
Yeah, I can just twist my words around. That's fine.
It's not twisting kayfabe.
Ben says gameplay of Final Fantasy VII remake at E3.
I almost had an E3 prediction on here, but I was like, wait,
I'm gonna
I gotta
follow
save that
Ben
for E3.
again. God damn, I can't wait for this.
Akko says PlayStation 5 will have some kind of portable support.
It's good.
Take your DualShock with
The
you.
Vita lives.
The Vita does live.
The irony in the Vita
I got
living.
something on here that I don't know if I want to say yet.
Don't say Vita 2. Don't be dumb. Don't throw away prediction.
You sure?
Yeah.
So don't. So I can
Don't.
delete that one?
Yeah, just delete that one.
All right. Then I'll say there's a new Switch that begins to define the family of Switch that Iwata hinted at years ago regarding to how I call back to, sorry, this is round 3 of predictions, by the way. But a new model of Switch that Iwata talked years ago when he announced the NX that Nintendo platforms need to get more like iOS platforms, where you see the iPhone and the iPad are more like brothers in the same family. Still different devices, but they have the same common architecture. We haven't seen that yet.
So this is different from that announcement or rumor, whatever it was, about like a new Switch to be released this year.
That was definitely a rumor. That came
Okay.
from the Wall Street Journal, I think.
Correct, yeah. Which I think that's where I kind of base this on, but
Okay.
I kind of want to go back to that original thing. I always felt like the Switch was not one console. The Switch is multiple consoles. We got the first one, but I don't think we're done. I don't think they're done with that one.
Kind of like the DS.
I think it'll be different than the DS.
Different, but like the same idea.
Like every
like
this,
the DSi and then the 3DS. You know?
Right,
Like they had different
right.
features to them that were exclusive to that.
Yes, but I think it'll be even. I think literally think iPhone and iPad.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
think about what those two things do the same and differently.
Right.
And I think we're going to see something very similar to that in regards to Switch this year.
They're just going to turn into a giant DS. It's just going to be another screen you can lock onto it.
Yeah. Same games, it'll run the same apps. It's just
Yeah.
there's a different architecture, so to speak.
Okay.
Mark, number 3.
F-Zero continues to be ignored.
He said that with a smile on his face.
That's it.
All right.
Not just the words will not be mentioned. The series will not be acknowledged this year.
Yeah.
When
All
they
right.
show a clip of the F-Zero stage during a Smash character DLC announcement.
I'm gonna count that as a Smash Brothers thing.
Okay. Just wanted to,
As far
in
as the
case-
F-Zero
in case-
series goes.
in case Matt 2020 calls that out.
Now, if they show like an F-Zero GX clip, that's gonna be counting as them acknowledging F-Zero.
All right.
All right.
We have the parameters set.
That's fair. Matt, number 3.
All right. As the ultimate middle finger to Sony, Microsoft takes PlayStation's Monday Night E3 slot,
Ooh.
where they show off Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they also announce that Part 1 comes out in 2019.
Ooh.
Sorry, holiday 2019.
Ooh. That's a good one. Man, E3 is going to be fucking weird.
Yes, it is.
Ooh. That brings us to Ben, number 3. Switch XL revealed. Won't come out till winter.
Okay.
Aqua number 3.
All right.
Switch XL announced and released at the end of the year.
All right.
Who copied whose homework here?
They are together right now.
They are together, and Akko responded to the text message thread first. For the record. Round 3.
4.
Complete. I know. It's completing round 3.
Oh, okay.
Because I never really announced it, round 3. So
Okay.
there it is. It's over. We're moving into round 4. We're coming around the stretch here. Round 4. A sequel to Metroid Fusion for Switch is announced, being developed by Mercury Steam. Same people who did Samus Returns.
Okay.
I think the reason they got the job making Samus Returns is putting together a tech demo that looked like Samus Returns, but was actually meant to be a sequel to Fusion or a remake of Fusion. And Nintendo said, well, we actually kind of would rather you do this. So they did that, but I feel like they proved themselves. I feel like the game is really good, despite what one of our absentees might say.
I like that game from what
It's
I
really
played
good.
of it.
And I'd like to see what they did. I like to see what they can do outside of those confines, because Metroid 2 kind of restricted them a little bit. There's only certain things they can do. I want to see where they take it next. Also, I want a new Metroid game. Like, I don't think Prime 4 is coming this year, and I just... Come on. Mark, number 4.
I hope this isn't in the game already when it gets released. Just for the sake of this prediction, but I will not be mad if it is. Tofu DLC in Resident Evil 2 Remake.
That's pretty good.
For those that aren't aware, in Resident Evil 2, there's a mode where you just play a straight up tofu.
It's good.
Yes.
I might want to add to it that you also hunk, like episode hunk or something. But I don't know. But I could see that being in the game already at this point. So I don't want to. I don't know if I want to add that to the prediction.
So, Tofu DLC.
Yeah.
That's good.
Even okay. So to be more specific, even if it's just a costume,
Yeah.
because I know they have costumes
Yeah.
now for everything. So I'll take that as well. But yeah,
I really like that.
whether it's a separate game.
But it's as DLC though, right? It's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if there's like a season pass, like you get that as like a thing.
But even if it's in the game,
Yeah,
like, to start.
If it is in the game, oh, you know what? I didn't. You know what? Well, DLC means that you have to get it after the game's out.
Correct.
Yeah, don't shortchange yourself. There's a tofu part in this game, whether it comes with the game or as DLC.
There you go.
Well, now you're adding words to it. Because I just had just straight up tofu DLC in RE2 Remake. That's all I have written.
Just how about tofu costume in RA2 remake?
At
No,
some
see,
point.
because the DLC to me was like a separate. It's not the campaign. It's its own
All
thing.
right, that's fine. Because I mean, it was a separate mode in
Right.
the original.
You're in the sewers.
All
Going
right,
around.
fair.
All right, that's fine. But like, so tofu and
Just tofu DLC, whether it is the form of a costume
All right.
or that. Yeah, that's it.
That's a good one. Matt, number 4.
all right, on the heels of your Metroid bullshit. Nintendo's E3 Direct is the first time we see anything else related to Metroid Prime 4. But at this E3 press conference, it is also announced that GTA 5 comes to Nintendo Switch.
Wow.
I'm not giving you half points if one or the other does.
Wasn't expecting that.
GTA 5, huh?
Yeah, where's Rockstar on the Switch train? They have to be seeing the success of ports.
LA Noir.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They did have Noir. But
How big is GTA 5? Install wise.
Oh, it's
Ooh.
probably going to be cloud based. Stream the game.
they could do it.
I'm not saying they
There you
can't
go.
do it. I'm just saying that there were limitations because of those cart sizes. Because you got to remember that.
I mean, well, you had to download Doom and stuff. Wolfenstein. The
True.
Doom you had to do the multiplayer, but Wolfenstein I think you needed to install. So was NBA 2K.
True. Although this would be the year because there was the bigger size Switch carts were delayed in production, so they.
It can only be played top down old school style.
I'm just saying, like, Rockstar, yeah, LA Noire came out, but LA Noire is LA Noire.
Yeah, GTA 5 is a different.
GTA 5, and it, that game did come out on Xbox 360 and PS3. I think the Switch can handle it.
I don't know saying the Switch couldn't handle it. I just install size. All right,
We'll see.
Metroid Prime 4, huh?
Nothing to E3.
I'm excited to see that game. Really excited to see that game. I don't think it's coming out this year though. That brings us to Akko number 4. Because Ben only gave me 3. Akko's number 4. Sorry, I'm doing some selective.
Yeah, because you had to rearrange some things too.
Akko's number 4. Banjo 3E. For real this time. Promise. Which brings us to number 5 for me. Super Mario Maker 2.
Switch.
Yeah. Yes. Nah, fucking Wii U. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yeah, no, Super Mario Maker 2. This is not part of my prediction, but I feel like we get I think we get more color palette options, and I feel like I don't know, I actually haven't thought about it that much about what else I'd want in a Super Mario
I have
Maker
a follow-up. So, does it have to be 2?
Oh,
if
the
it's
name?
Yeah, if it's like a port from like it. Does Mario Maker appear on Switch? Do you want to kind of rephrase it to that?
No, it's Super Mario Maker 2.
Okay,
They're
alright.
not going to bring Super Mario Maker over.
Okay.
They just can't.
All right.
I don't think it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like,
No, yeah, I just want to specify in case they're like, all right, we're bringing Super Mario Maker over. Looks a little bit different. It's Super Mario Maker Switch or whatever.
I think it'll be very much the Splatoon 2 thing, where so much of that game's DNA is grounded in its predecessor, but they called it a 2 because they can't do the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe thing over and over again.
I completely agree. Yep.
Yep. So there it is.
Marc.
Round 5.
So this is my big one. Animal Crossing for Switch will have a September release. On top of that, Tom Nook is now the new mayor. You no longer have to answer questions to make your villager. And you now have the option to be an animal.
All right, which animals do we all become?
None.
Either squirrel or wolf.
I was going to say, I feel like you'd be a wolf.
Anteater. No. Hedgehog. No.
Sold.
Definitely not a hedgehog.
Time will tell. Matt, round 5.
All right, this is my doozy. But this one all makes sense, I promise. I love how both of you guys shrink up knowing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Sony will not appear at any events this year until PSX, which is moved up earlier in the year. Specifically, the keynote for PSX will take place on November 2nd, 1 week before XO19, and at this event, they will say the words PlayStation 5 for the first time.
Christmas.
Now I know what you meant by Tretton balls.
Dude, this is the year, man. Ooh, fuck. This is going to be a good year.
But it'll probably get leaked before they announce it.
It will get leaked before they announce it, however.
Yeah, but they won't say it until. Ooh, fucking Christmas, baby.
Yep, I went back and looked up the exact date of XO. I assume they're going to do the same-ish weekend, and I figured, Sony's, they want to try to steal that spotlight, and nothing else is going to steal that spotlight than going first the week before XO.
I like it.
19.
I like it.
I think I always thought PSX was a bad time. That December, it's never.
Yeah, it's too late for the news
Yeah,
cycle. You're competing with the Game Awards and everyone fucking going home for Christmas. Like it's
Yeah,
it's,
I like it.
Well, that brings us to Akko number 5, Monokuma from Danganronpa, DLC character for Smash.
Wow. Huh. I like that.
All right.
Yeah, I could be alright with that.
I love that.
And that is gonna do it for us. Did y'all have any unused predictions?
I had one that I thought I would say for E3.
Save it for E3.
But
then.
now I don't know if I'll use it for E3.
All right.
So I'll just say it now, and then if I do, if not, whatever.
Okay.
Bethesda will not have a press conference at E3, and Doom Eternal will be shown during Microsoft's
Interesting.
because they don't want to show their face after. All
Oh, you think it's
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to know
And
what
also, what else do they have? I feel like they
Quake Champions is doing
they-
real
they-
well.
They announced Elder Scrolls 6. They went that far in the future.
Yeah.
They have nothing right now.
They showed a logo for that game that's not coming out till like 2023.
Right.
Yeah.
They just covered themselves because
With
they
the
know they know what's gonna
Star-
happen.
Starlink Battle for
Starfield?
Atlas.
Starfield?
Starlink Battle for Atlas. Star Fox.
They went so far ahead. They don't have to be there for the next 5 years.
That's
true.
Yeah,
Unless they show Blades.
again,
Yeah.
and end the conference on Blades, and take a chapter out of Blizzard. Well, you do have the Wolfenstein. Not like this is a big thing, but the Youngblood.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I can see it being shown off at another press conference or just have a demo on the floor of it. But
Yeah,
Bethesda themselves. will
Youngblood
not.
and Doom Eternal, I think at this point don't warrant a huge conference.
You will not see Todd Howard at E3. I assure you.
Yeah, but what balls would he have to come out anyway?
or Pete Hines. Either one.
No, but Pete Hines has to be there.
It's different than balls. Look, last year him coming out and making the joke about our games are buggy, huh? After that game finally came out and was what it was, you can't come out and do that after people spent money on that thing.
Yep.
That's the difference. Prior to that,
You
sure,
don't have
let's
Andrew
joke about
WK
it.
saving you this time, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a great moment.
But what if we could get a party going? Man.
What if they just dedicated their slot to an Andrew WK concert on the same stage? They said, all right, we're not doing a press conference. We want to honor Andrew WK for saving Rage 2.
What if a week before E3, Andrew WK is performing a live show, and in the middle of it, he walks off stage to go get a gallon of blood or whatever he drinks or whatever. And as the crowd is out there vaping and waiting for the white pants man to come back, Todd Howard just walks out on stage and does an E3 press conference to a crowd that's not live streaming, that's not seeing any. It's just to them, and then we just hear about it the next day.
Change my Master Chief Collection to that.
Yeah.
Nukes would go off.
Yeah, exactly. Matt, did you have any unused predicts?
Not really. I combined them all.
All right, well, I got a few. Vita 2.
I told you just erase it.
He just wrote Vita 2 5 times.
Yeah, it's written down here.
I mean, I would take a Vita too, but
Tekken Cross Street Fighter. It could be the year.
I'm still hoping for it.
It could be the year. This one I liked a lot. Splatoon 3 has... I'm real fucked up about Splatoon 3 and ARMS 2, you guys. I don't know what to think or what to believe. I'm following timelines. I got a lot of math in my head going on.
I'll do one better.
Yeah.
They do a crossover. You have a Splatoon character in ARMS, but it's like an octopus.
Bitch.
And it stretches.
That's good sauce.
Wait, that's the only extent of it? Fine.
Not an Octoling, like a straight actual octopus. Like a
I'm
boss
sorry,
character.
I like
punched
that.
the mic there.
No, so I said Splatoon 3 has default playable Inklings and Octolings. Amiibo support exists and extends to the Nintendo family, bringing costumes into the game from other franchises. Can you imagine running around the Splattle as Samus? Not as Samus, but as an Octoling.
You
with
didn't say Isabel, so...
It could be. You could be a little Isabel costume.
He looked at me when he said Samus, and now he's saying Isabel to you.
Inkabel.
Yeah, exactly. But here's my other prediction that got scrapped. No Splatoon 3 this year.
The complete opposite.
Well, wait. They could both be together. You just said Splatoon 3, as in, they announce it with all this stuff.
See,
It doesn't have to come out until, early 2020.
But Nintendo's been in this cycle of announcing things with a short tail. Metroid Prime 4 being the exception, but they've talked on
What
record
did they
about
announce in
why.
October?
Huh?
What did they announce it in October? They could do that.
But when would it launch?
it's Inktober.
Early 2020. January.
I
March.
feel like with Splatoon 2
Q1.
shifting to such a game as a service,
It doesn't matter when it launches.
I don't know. I don't think we hear anything
Why?
about Splatoon 3. I think we get
I'm
a
all,
tease.
I'm all for the why release in fall when you know what's stacked against you, when you will probably do just as well in January or March.
To be honest, though,
Capcom agrees.
I also, yeah. But I could see Splatoon 3 launching mid-July. Dead-ass summer,
fine.
Splatoon 3, brand new big-ass campaign, full 3D platformer like a Mario 64, but it's Splatoon.
Oh my god.
Yeah, girl.
Oh my god.
It's coming. Don't worry.
It's a new age. You don't have to revolve around press cycles that are controlled by news outlets and stuff like that. The internet is a real thing. You can just put out a press conference and a trailer and a date, and it's fine. Everyone was saying The Last of Us coming after E3 that year was the death of that game because nothing thrives after E3. I beg to differ. That was the PlayStation 3's best-selling game, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Maybe GTA 5 suppressed it, but yeah.
I'll say exclusive then.
Yeah.
So I mean, You can release a game at any time now. It's just you just have to align yourself with the marketing and the advertising and all that stuff. That's when you get. That's when you do a delay, you kind of get fucked there, or when you try to advertise against something else that's a bigger force.
Got one more.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ramble.
This is a talky show.
valid.
We talk on this show. Remember the first half of this show when we were real low key, real quiet. Not anymore, Matt. I said Mario Kart 9 is announced and released. Functionality with the mobile version exists. Features tracks and characters from across Nintendo properties.
Okay.
Yeah.
See what you did there. I was like, Mario Kart 8 already had tracks from, but you said Nintendo. The whole umbrella.
I feel like they double down. Like I feel like it should basically just be Smash Kart, but they won't abandon the Mario Kart name because it makes too much money. And with that, the mobile version coming, you want to have that.
They need to make a new brand that just features all their characters without saying Super Smash, like All Star or something.
Here's why I scrapped that one. The Mario Kart team is also the ARMS team, and I feel like we would sooner get an ARMS sequel than a Mario Kart sequel because they'd much rather get you hooked on the mobile version, or rather wet your palate on the mobile version, and build towards a Mario Kart for next year. Because right now they can still sell Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They're trying to sell 20 million Switches in this last year. That's a lot of millions of people who have not played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Switch yet. You get them to buy the console, they play the mobile version, they buy the Mario Kart, then next year you put out another Mario Kart, and it's fucking crazy because it's got...
Yeah, they were doing that VR thing too.
Kid Icarus. What VR thing?
Mario Kart.
Oh, in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was also here for a limited time.
You could do some weird stuff in Mario Kart because they've already established like the whole like wind sailing and the underwater and the anti-gravity stuff.
Yeah.
Like I could easily see like a Metroid world or level being a thing that wasn't possible before.
The F-Zero tracks were what started to open my mind to this stuff, and then just if I could fly around in Samus's ship, you know
what, I could see F-Zero doing this before Mario Kart.
That'd be
because they technically already did it.
That would be a big way to get F-Zero back on the map.
So James McCloud is a human character in F-Zero. Right. Mr. EAD, which kind of looks like a Mario with a Starman for a belt buckle, is a nod to Nintendo's EAD division. Mm-hmm. Like, you have some nods to other stuff in that.
Cool. It's just a shame, according to Marc, it's not going to happen this year.
Nope. Yeah. They're not going to say a fucking word.
I don't like.
I know what the F stands for in F-Zero now.
Fuck Marc.
Zero.
I don't know, man. I thought a lot about Nintendo as I was putting my predictions together. And they got a good year ahead of them.
I thought a lot about Game Pass.
Me too.
I couldn't go past anything. I was like, I can't predict it because that is such an unknown entity.
No, I did too. Like I thought a lot about Microsoft's like current initiatives, and I like part of my prediction was going to be Microsoft buys no more studios. Another one's going to be Microsoft buys 10 more studios. Like I don't know where the fuck they're going. It's so exciting.
I was almost going to say that Banjo and Conquer DLC characters in Battletoads.
Oh man, I could see that. Just to really
especially Conquer.
Yeah. That game's coming out this year, right? Battletoads.
It's expected.
The only thing is though, I'm scared if that's their all their show. You know, like it's one of those things. Like if Banjo and Conquer come, like what does that mean for the franchise? Oh, they just appear in another game, or are they? I don't know. I guess it's better than just being dead.
I think that's the way of being like a pulse check.
I think Akko is onto something.
Battletoads,
which I know he's predicted it for 6 years in a row, but I think Banjo might be this year.
I mean, at some point, Ben's got to be wrong with Shenmue, right?
I think this is the year Ben's wrong about Shenmue.
No, I think this half point at least.
I think this game comes. I think Shenmue comes out this year.
I do think Shenmue. It might get pushed one more time, and he might get the point, but I think it comes this year,
or it gets released unfinished. And then have to patch the rest later.
I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
Look at Fallout 76.
I don't think it'll be that bad. I think this game will be playable.
If I get my number one prediction right, well, not the one I said last, do I just win?
I think at that point, Jack Tretton will hand deliver you a PlayStation 5.
He will hand you a bronze molding of his balls. You know, like they do babies with the feet. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's gonna be its balls. Just
All right.
it's black.
Pretty good.
Fair.
Yeah.
I wrote that. I looked at it, laughed, expected to get 0, and I was like, "Fuck it, Jack Tretton."
I love it. Dick on the table.
Jack Tresticles.
That's his nickname. It's
Uh,
longer than his actual name.
well, in
His
case
trustees.
in case you already forgot what we predicted, and you really want to know what it was, you want to see it in front of your own eyes, head on over to thefreecheese.com. We'll have everything written up in a nice article for you to follow, and then of course check back on throughout the year. Thank you all for playing along. Listeners, if you want to make some predictions, find that article, leave a little comment. You go to the bottom there, you can type in a little comment, leave your name, add your 5 predictions, and next year
You'll be a part of the show.
you'll be a part of the show because we will read what you predicted out to the world. We'll say, hey,
Now we'll see the date of the comment though.
see the date of the
So
comment.
don't be trying to comment in August.
And we'll see Jack, Chronic, Tretton, 420 predicted. What's up?
Sorry, I was self-reflecting on my last year's predictions.
I'm with you.
You want to change something?
The Phantasy Star one.
Yes.
It did get on Switch.
And
Nuh-uh.
you said
I know. I said in America.
Uh-huh.
I know I said in America.
But I think that I know what you're saying.
This is a dirty Tony Hawk half point, I feel.
Do you want that half point still on the table?
But the problem is, I believe, when you made that prediction, already knew about the Japanese version.
Did I?
I think that
Because afterwards...
I don't know.
No,
because
because I remember Salt being in the wound after we found out, and there was Link costume. But then I found out later that it was cloud streaming the PC version. It wasn't an actual port.
All right.
So
Well, Mark, I'm just gonna throw this out there. You have a half point on the table.
No one has that.
No. No, I just wanted to analyze it a little bit.
Yeah,
Because
no.
I forgot that happened. Okay. No, sorry. Continue.
No, that's the jam. That's the whole one. Episode 281. Guys, we are...
That's Blink-182.
Yeah. We're 19 weeks away from episode 300, which means we're real close to E3.
It's gonna be a weird one.
You think?
E3, yeah, E3. There's no Sony.
No,
There's no Year of Dreams.
not only that, but like
hope.
I'm every year that we now since last year, I feel I have no fucking idea what to expect anymore.
At E3?
Like everything that I've ever expected has either already happened or went in a way that I didn't want it to, and it's just dead.
Yeah.
And
Unless there's some kind of type of revival that usually happens, but like I'm such lost about it that I kind of like that I don't know what to expect anymore.
For E3 or for just franchises or
just
for...
E3 in general, just
Yeah.
whatever when it comes to announcements and things, it's like
It's gonna be weird
The only things I
after it's Ubisoft that usually goes in like that evening time slot, at least in the East Coast.
yeah.
After that, it's gonna be nothing unless my prediction comes
Like-
true. You know.
Like the only things I can expect is what was announced last year that isn't out yet. Other than that,
I think we're gonna have
Star
really-
Wars Jedi Fallen.
I think we're going to get some good surprises. I almost predicted Skate 4, but I'm
Again.
so upset about that fucking goddamn piece of shit game that I don't want to think about skateboarding right now. But, you know,
just go buy a tech deck. And
How?
you'll feel better.
So
Yeah.
we lost a major console manufacturer. What are the chances that E3 gets even longer this year?
somehow. Yeah, I mean,
Hell, for all
you
we
know what? No, for all we know,
I'm-
PlayStation might still do a presentation.
I think I'm about to make Joe's ear to bleed with what I'm about to say next.
Oh.
What, Konami will come back?
No, maybe Soulja Boy will take that slot.
Ooh, he's out though.
You know the rapper.
He is. He got out though.
He'll make something.
Yeah.
No,
Make a longer rap
He's
sheet.
gonna announce the.
who's to say that Sony won't still do a presentation during that time slot?
I think because I read that carefully.
What,
and I-
what, like on Pornhub when they're streaming Trenton's balls swinging
Yeah,
around?
exactly.
I watched that in a heartbeat. I don't know about you all.
I'm just saying, like, they could put together a fucking Nintendo Direct style Sony presentation.
I thought
A
we like
sizzle reel
looked
for-
into
They
like, the
would
way
do
they
that.
phrased that though. I thought it seemed like it wasn't happening.
I remember them not saying a fucking thing about it. It was just that the ESA reported that PlayStation is not coming to E3.
I thought they said
Because they
maybe I'm
said
going
we
crazy.
have nothing to show
That was,
for now.
I don't remember. Sean Layden says, I don't remember. Don't know.
I thought they just.
It's a shame that Sean Lane gets caught up in the whole fucking corporate bullshit that Sony's going on. Because I like Sean Lane a lot.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. It's just gonna be so weird.
It is. It's gonna be a weird one.
You
It's
know
gonna
what,
be a good
though?
one. It's gonna be a good one, but a weird one.
I need Sony to take a break anyway. In
I
the wake
completely
of
agree.
in the wake of the PlayStation Classic, in the wake of that weird E3 press conference last year, I
Yeah.
know we got some good stuff out of it. Take a break.
Yeah, the stuff from last year it needs to come out. They gotta.
And like this is the perfect opportunity, like not to like hone in on my prediction here, but like I think this is a good opportunity to move PSX up, like move it closer to Paris Games Week. It doesn't, or right around that time of Xbox, so that way maybe you two are trying to compete for the headline, see who want challenge them or something. I don't know. I never liked December as PSX. I know it's me personally. December is a tough way to get out to wherever that event
I don't like
is.
December for anything.
Yeah, I
To be
know,
quite honest.
but yeah, if they move it up to
That's a Game
like a
Awards, I
November or a October, September, I think this is the year to do it since they skipped it last year, and do it. And then you just stay silent until that PSX and make your fucking home thing like boom, come out with a goddamn punch in the face and say the words PlayStation 5 to end your conference.
I agree. I agree.
What do you think people did before ladders?
Built ladders.
Am I missing something there?
That's what Mark asked on this week's episode of Under My Umbrella, and I responded with the same thing.
That's
No,
right.
I have Eric Andre on the brain. I just keep quoting shit from it.
Talk about somebody who fucks. All right, that's it, man. We did it. We did the thing. We did the predictions podcast.
All right, well, it's over. The best one of the year. Tune in
I
next
know
year.
everything's downhill until 2020. Hey,
There's E3 predictions.
and maybe next week we'll be talking about what happened on this week's Nintendo Direct. Come on,
Why?
why not,
Here we go again.
There might be.
dude? You got Smash DLC. You got
What Smash DLC?
Well, I mean, there's also
the first
that,
one
like-
hasn't come out yet.
But there's also the thing that the YouTube channel does.
yeah. That's the big thing.
And then on top of Pokemon announcing something
Yeah,
on the 8th. Stay tuned for that.
yeah. Matt,
So it could be a Pokemon Direct.
nah.
Because they do that.
January
Yeah,
10th.
they do half an hour directs devoted to one thing. They even do hour-long directs devoted to one thing at E3.
Chibi Robo's on fire. That's all I gotta say. We forgot to talk about that during best moment of 2018. Remember that whole fucking thing for like a day?
I forgot.
It was the worst day of my life. You remember that?
No?
When everyone was waiting on this purported direct last January because there was the
No,
EA.
that's strike one. I'm never waiting for a direct.
Of course you are. There was that EA roadmap for that game Faye that
Oh, yeah.
that came out that
okay.
said, then we'll show this off during the Nintendo Direct in early January.
Yep, I
And
remember
everyone was
that.
like, well, this is it. And like, there were all of these Amazon game listings for stuff on Switch that popped. It was like all these things colliding
Amazon and
into one
Walmart.
thing. Yeah, I
Fucking
know.
things up left and right.
But all this shit collided as one, and it was like, oh, dude, we're gonna get a direct on this day. And then the fucking day, was it that morning or the day before? It was the day before. It was like a Wednesday. Nintendo of America tweets out a picture of Chibi Robo on fire, and we're like, what is this? Is there a Smash game and he's in it? Is there a Chibi Robo
Well,
thing coming to Switch?
There's a Mii Fighter costume.
Yeah, it was just like so fucking bizarre. And then the next day we get a mini direct, boom, and it just dropped. No lead up, no,
Yeah.
it just
Yep.
fuck. Not this week though. My prediction right now, it's Monday morning as you're listening to this. Tuesday morning, get a little tweet. We'll see you all on the 10th. Boom. Thursday morning, we're sitting down, we're watching. That's my 20.
I'm gonna think it's 28th.
All right.
Poke Direct.
I don't. What are they gonna show?
Fucking
Pokemon?
Pokemon Gen 8.
Nah.
Yeah.
They
Give me a Incineroar. Is Incineroar a base model or is he like an evolved?
He's
the
evolved. He's like the
Fuck it.
Charizard
Don't
stage
care.
of.
Don't care.
Typically, the last few Pokemon games have been shown off during January in a direct style thing too. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Pokemon.
Oh no! It's probably not gonna be direct. They're probably gonna drop the Mewtwo Strikes Back trailer. There's a CG movie.
Time will tell.
I mean, you usually do get a direct in January, though. It's not like
Yeah.
No, yeah. Everybody's expecting it.
that.
So I
Then
could see it being
March,
the 10th.
and then E3. Usually when I expect them.
Because the 10th is the day before New Super Mario Brothers
we
U.
technic- Sorry, didn't mean.
No, I'm just that's the. I could see them doing like, hey, don't forget this game's out tomorrow. And they show a little trailer about that. They tie into some indie releases coming in January. They shadow drop Metroid Prime Trilogy probably, Mother 3. Oh, I forgot about that. Of course, obviously, region free means Mother 3. The free
There's a reason why you didn't predict it.
The free cheese fully, 100% as a staff record and as a label believes Mother 3 is coming to the Nintendo Switch this year.
No. If you say that again, I'm gonna take that 0.5 points from this year next year.
Ew, gross. All right.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to say that. Yeah, it makes sense for the January Direct because we had 2 Directs last year. It was the main one, and didn't we have Labo as well? Like the week after.
Was Labo a direct or just like a?
We
fucking-
didn't-
Oh, it was like a trailer.
YouTube,
Sorry, it was
yeah.
like a trailer.
But you're
The,
right. You're right.
And then he did the Nindies thing. That was back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was some shit, man.
I still think it's gonna be so early. Maybe next week. Next week makes more sense.
This is next week.
Like the following week.
We'll see.
The countdown begins. Start the clock. With that, go to thefreecheese.com. Our Game of the Year stuff is still kind of lingering on the front page for now. It probably won't be there forever, but if you want to check it out, if you've yet to do that, check it out before you've got to, go use the search bar like a peasant. You can follow us all on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Mark is at Og_Mental. Matt is at MattyIce131. Ben is at SevBenz. Akko is at... Damn it, I don't remember Akko's thing.
Akko, Man of Greece.
I think it's at AkkoCham.
That's what I was guessing too.
But he keeps changing his goddamn name in real life. Like, he doesn't go by Akko anymore. He goes by Ko. I don't know what he's doing.
I think it was by KO because it's his fight name, isn't it?
I think that's what people thought that's what it meant, but he was just shortening his name.
Oh, was it really?
But
oh,
it just happens to be
I'm
appropriate.
that
enough.
asshole.
No, it's because people who were saying his name Akko called him Ako or Aka, or they didn't know.
Sense.
They didn't know how to say it.
But
so
now
he
he's
was like,
running into another problem.
he was like, "Well, fuck it, I'll just be Ko. You can't fuck up Ko, can you?" And he
You
was
can.
like, "Oh,
Yeah, you
well, KO." Anyway, Akko at AkkoCham on Twitter. I am at The Free Cheese, thefreecheese.com, podcast at thefreecheese.com. Send in your predictions. Go comment on your predictions, etc., etc., etc. Hey, one more thing. Go see Into the Spider-Verse because it's a fucking movie. I tell you what.
Need to see it still.
Dude.
Need to see it still. I want to. I will.
That's real good.
My cousin ruined. So my cousin's like 12, mind you. He ruined Spider-Man for my brother. My brother's like 80% into that game, and he sends him a picture image of a certain moment it's on the front of a newspaper. He sent it to me too through PlayStation. I was like, wait, I thought he was just doing something as a joke because I know there's a photo mode. So I thought this was like a filter for that. But I was like, why did you? My brother was.
I don't know
pissed.
specifically which part you're talking about. You have to tell me after we.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be back next week to hopefully recap the events of the Nintendo Direct. Until then, we're back on track. Hitman with a Hammer, episode 5 is out. Matt takes on an escalation. Under My Umbrella, episode 11 should be out in just a few hours if you're listening to this bright and early Monday morning. And then we're slowly getting there. We're like this close to that cool top secret show Mark and I have been working on for a while. This close to some other stuff. Stuff's coming. 2019's a coming. That's all I'll say for now. We'll see you next week. Metroid Prime 4. Goodbye. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, listener. We'll see you next time.